After graduation, I became my ex-girlfriend's father. Ye Chen, let's break up. On the eve of graduation, faced with the choice between love and future prospects, Lin Xiaoxue ultimately chose the latter. The next day, Ye Chen participated in a big data marriage matchmaking event, and to everyone's envy, Ye Chen was matched with the top goddess and professor of Mo University, Cheng Bingyuan. Moreover, their compatibility score was an astonishing 99. Ye Chen was stunned. He had been matched with his own professor. Countless Mo University students wailed, "Goddess teacher, the 10 million marriage happiness fund, all yours to take home for free." The kids are crying with envy. Lin Xiaoxue was also stunned. "So, does that mean I have to call Ye Chen uncle now?" After registering their marriage, the system activated, and the golden left kidney went online. While shopping at a mall, they passed by a lingerie store, and Cheng Bingyuan looked at Ye Chen with longing eyes. "Ye Chen, Professor Cheng, I'll buy it for you. What style do you like?" Cheng Bingyuan smiled softly. "It doesn't matter what the teacher likes, as long as Ye Chen likes it." One day, Lin Xiaoxue looked up at Ye Chen, who stood at the peak, and said, "Ye Chen, I was wrong. Let's get back together." "Ye Chen, why should I come back just because you regret it?" Chapter 1, I respect your choice. In the city of Mo, in a single apartment. In the bedroom, a handsome young man was lying on the bed with a delicate-looking woman with long hair curled up in his arms. "Ye Chen." Suddenly, the woman spoke, softly calling his name. Ye Chen opened his eyes. "What's wrong, Xiaoxue?" Lin Xiaoxue hesitated, looking troubled. "What is it between us that you can't say directly?" Ye Chen asked calmly. Lin Xiaoxue gently bit her lower lip. After a moment of silence, she stopped hesitating and finally spoke the words that had been troubling her for days. "Ye Chen, let's break up." After saying this, Lin Xiaoxue felt a huge weight lifted from her shoulders. At the same time, a look of reluctance flashed across her face. Breaking up with Ye Chen was definitely a huge blow to him. No matter if he yelled at her or even hit her, she wouldn't complain. Because this breakup was purely her decision, it was her fault, and she felt guilty towards Ye Chen. "Okay." Ye Chen replied calmly. He and Lin Xiaoxue had been a couple since their freshman year of college. 4 years had passed. After 4 years of being together, they knew each other very well. In recent days, hadn't Ye Chen also been waiting for Lin Xiaoxue to say these words? Lin Xiaoxue was taken aback by Ye Chen's calm reaction. She thought that after bringing up the breakup, Ye Chen would lose his composure, angrily ask her why, and desperately try to salvage their 4-year relationship. "Ye Chen, you agree to this?" Lin Xiaoxue looked at him incredulously. "Otherwise?" Ye Chen smiled lightly, asking in return. "How can you be so calm? It makes me feel so strange." Lin Xiaoxue said. "Because, during this time, I've been waiting for you to say the breakup words." Ye Chen's words made Lin Xiaoxue fall silent again. So, Ye Chen had known all along. Ye Chen didn't say anything else. After some time passed, Lin Xiaoxue finally broke the eerie silence. "Ye Chen, do you hate me?" "No." Ye Chen shook his head. "Career or love, you chose your career. That's your choice, and there's nothing wrong with it. I respect your decision." For the past 4 years, his relationship with Lin Xiaoxue had been very good. But 3 months ago, when a film crew came to their school for location shooting, their relationship faced a test. Lin Xiaoxue had been chosen by the director of the film crew, who wanted to bring her into the entertainment industry and promised to nurture her. Since they were both students at Mo University, being selected by a famous director like that was a huge opportunity. Following such a director into the entertainment industry would help them avoid many obstacles and be a shortcut to success. Naturally, Lin Xiaoxue agreed. However, the director, Mr. Zhang, had one condition. If she wanted to follow him, Lin Xiaoxue had to break up with Ye Chen, because in the director's plans, Lin Xiaoxue would need to maintain a single image in the entertainment world. On one side, there was the relationship they had built over 4 years. On the other, there was her future career. In the end, Lin Xiaoxue chose her career. Ye Chen, though disappointed, didn't he hate her? As he had said, it was her choice. If he hated Lin Xiaoxue because she didn't choose him, that would be moral blackmail. "Thank you for understanding me." After saying that, Lin Xiaoxue checked her phone for the time, then looked up at Ye Chen and said, "Ye Chen, even though we're broken up now, today is Professor Cheng's birthday. You know, Professor Cheng has always hoped that we would get married. So, could you come with me to celebrate her birthday? Afterward, I'll tell her about our breakup. Sure. Ye Chen nodded. Professor Cheng, as Lin Xiaoxue referred to her, was Cheng Bingyuan. She had taught them economics for 4 years and was also the most famous professor at Mo University. Cheng Bingyuan was 36 years old, 14 years older than them, and a close friend of Lin Xiaoxue's mother. When Lin Xiaoxue was in high school, her parents tragically died in a car accident, leaving her and her brother, Lin Hao, alone in the world. Fortunately, they still had their grandmother. However, Lin Xiaoxue's grandmother held deeply rooted sexist beliefs, which made life difficult for the siblings. At that time, Cheng Bingyuan, who was pursuing her PhD, couldn't bear to watch anymore, so she took Lin Xiaoxue into her care. The two women had been living together ever since. Soon, they both got up, dressed, and went out. As they left the apartment, Lin Xiaoxue instinctively reached for Ye Chen's hand. But in the end, she only grabbed air. Watching Ye Chen suddenly speed up and walk ahead, avoiding her hand, Lin Xiaoxue realized that they were no longer a couple. A wave of inexplicable sadness surged in her heart. They walked out of the community and headed to a nearby bakery to pick up the birthday cake they had ordered earlier. Less than 5 minutes later, Ye Chen walked out of the bakery holding the cake box, with Lin Xiaoxue following behind. They reached the roadside, and Ye Chen flagged down a blue taxi. Ye Chen opened the front passenger door and got in. Lin Xiaoxue sat in the back seat. Previously, they would have always sat in the back together when taking a taxi. Now, with the sudden change in their relationship, Lin Xiaoxue clearly felt uncomfortable. Where to, handsome? The driver asked cheerfully. Sunshine Garden. Ye Chen answered. That was the residential area where Mo University's first goddess, Professor Cheng Bingyuan, lived. Okay. Chapter 2, Big Data Matchmaking. About 20 minutes later, the taxi stopped at the entrance of Sunshine Garden Residential Complex. Handsome, we're here. After paying their fare via a QR code, Ye Chen and Lin Xiaoxue got out of the car. Sunshine Garden was an older residential area in Mo, and it might face demolition any day now. Cheng Bingyuan lived in Building 6, Unit 2, Apartment 301. Lin Xiaoxue unlocked the door with a key, and they walked inside. After putting on shoe covers, as soon as they entered the living room, Ye Chen smelled the delicious fragrance of braised pork. Xiaoxue, Ye Chen, you two are back, right? A pleasant female voice came from the kitchen. Yes, Professor Cheng. I smell the meat fragrance as soon as I opened the door. Are you making braised pork? Lin Xiaoxue asked, walking toward the kitchen. After placing the birthday cake on the dining table, Ye Chen followed Lin Xiaoxue into the kitchen. Standing outside the kitchen door, Ye Chen saw Cheng Bingyuan, who was wearing an apron and busy cooking inside. Lin Xiaoxue was known as the campus beauty, her appearance exceptional, which was why a famous director, Mr. Zhang, had picked her out. However, Cheng Bingyuan, with her sharp short bob, had even more delicate features than Lin Xiaoxue. Her figure was also superior. This wasn't to say Lin Xiaoxue's figure was lacking, it was just that Lin Xiaoxue's was a little more average. You two go sit in the living room, it's too smoky in here. I still have 2 more dishes to prepare. Dinner will be ready soon, Cheng Bingyuan said while continuing to cook. Back in the living room, Ye Chen sat down on the sofa. Lin Xiaoxue brewed tea for Ye Chen and brought it over. She then sat beside him on the sofa. Neither of them spoke, and the atmosphere felt a little awkward. In the end, both of them took out their phones and began to play with them. Soon after, Cheng Bingyuan walked out of the kitchen. Xiaoxue, Ye Chen, sit for a bit. I smell like smoke, so I'm going to take a quick shower. Dinner will be ready when I'm done. Okay, Professor Cheng, hurry up, Lin Xiaoxue replied. In less than 10 minutes, Cheng Bingyuan returned from her shower. She wore a plain white t-shirt and light blue long jeans, looking as if she were a college student herself. In fact, Cheng Bingyuan often got mistaken for a senior by freshmen at the university. Let us eat, Cheng Bingyuan said. At the dining table, Lin Xiaoxue sat beside Cheng Bingyuan, while Ye Chen sat across from her. The table was filled with 2 meat dishes, 3 vegetables, and 1 soup, 6 dishes in total. Just looking at them made people hungry. In fact, Cheng Bingyuan was an excellent cook. Ye Chen thought that if Cheng Bingyuan opened a restaurant, it would definitely do well. Over the past 4 years, because he and Lin Xiaoxue were in a relationship, Ye Chen had often come to Cheng Bingyuan's house for meals. There was a time when Ye Chen felt very lucky. He had a beautiful girlfriend who loved him, and Professor Cheng was such a great cook. In the future, when they got married and settled in Mo, he could enjoy the delicious meals cooked by Cheng Bingyuan more often. But now, he and Lin Xiaoxue had broken up. This might be the last time he ever got to taste Cheng Bingyuan's cooking. "Let us have some wine," Cheng Bingyuan said after placing all the dishes on the table. "Professor Cheng, today is your birthday, so we'll follow your lead," Lin Xiaoxue said. "Ye Chen, do you prefer white or red wine?" Cheng Bingyuan asked, looking at Ye Chen. "Red," Ye Chen replied. Soon, Cheng Bingyuan returned with a bottle of dry red wine and a bottle of white wine. Ye Chen stood up to open the bottles, then poured red wine for Cheng Bingyuan and Lin Xiaoxue, and white wine for himself. "Professor Cheng, happy birthday." "Thank you." The three of them clinked glasses and took the first sip. "Professor Cheng, I wish that you match successfully tomorrow and find a good uncle for me," Lin Xiaoxue said, putting down her glass and grinning. In recent years, the marriage rate in the country had been declining, which led to various problems, including a plummeting birth rate. Population issues were crucial to the nation's future. As a result, the government had introduced a series of policies to encourage marriage. But the effects were not ideal. With the marriage rate continuing to decline, the government could no longer sit idly by. In a moment of desperation, they came up with a drastic measure. That measure was to implement big data matchmaking in universities. During graduation season each year, local civil affairs bureaus would enter various universities to conduct big data matchmaking for single students and faculty. Those who matched successfully would receive a marriage certificate on the spot and get married right then and there. Moreover, they would not be allowed to divorce for a year unless one party violated certain principles, like committing domestic violence or cheating. Is it brutal? Yes, it's exactly that brutal. Some might say, isn't it easy to escape this terrifying big data marriage matchmaking? I could just find someone of the opposite sex before graduation and pretend to be in a relationship. Then we wouldn't be considered single, and we wouldn't have to participate. The government thought of that already. To prevent that, they made a hard rule that even if you pretend to be a couple, you would still have to get married on the day of the big data matchmaking, or else you would still be treated as single and forced to participate. So, if Lin Xiaoxue decided to break up with Ye Chen today, tomorrow, both she and Ye Chen would have to participate in the big data matchmaking. In the past 3 years, the success rate of this matchmaking had reached more than 40%. Lin Xiaoxue was actually taking a gamble, hoping that she wouldn't be matched tomorrow, since the theoretical odds of being matched were still over 50%. "I really hope I won't match tomorrow," Lin Xiaoxue silently prayed. "If I get matched, I can't even imagine what will happen. Not only will I lose a man who loves me so much, but my dream of entering the entertainment industry will be shattered as well. That would be losing both my love and my dream." "You really are teasing me," Cheng Bingyuan said with a mock glare at Lin Xiaoxue. "Professor Cheng, I'm serious. I genuinely hope that tomorrow you get matched successfully and find a good partner. In the coming years, I hope you live for yourself," Lin Xiaoxue said with sincerity. Hearing this, Cheng Bingyuan smiled, her expression one of contentment. "It seems like Xiaoxue, you've really grown up." "Of course. All right, let us eat before the food gets cold," Cheng Bingyuan urged. "Ye Chen, don't you love the braised pork I make the most? Today, I made a huge pot just for you. Eat as much as you like, there's still some left in the pot." An hour later, after cleaning up the table, a birthday cake was placed on the dining table. Ye Chen lit all the candles, then turned off the lights in the dining room. "Professor Chen, make a wish." "Okay." Cheng Bingyuan clasped her hands together in front of her chest and closed her eyes. After a while, she opened her eyes and blew out all the candles on the cake. Lin Xiaoxue, who had been recording this moment with her phone, pointed the camera at Cheng Bingyuan and asked curiously, "Professor Chen, what did you wish for?" "I wish that tomorrow, after you and Ye Chen get your marriage certificate, you two will support each other through life, never parting, and grow old together," Cheng Bingyuan replied. Chapter 3, You Will Regret It Later. Upon hearing Cheng Bingyuan's words, Lin Xiaoxue's smile froze. She had never expected Cheng Bingyuan's birthday wish to be something like this. The unusual expression on Lin Xiaoxue's face immediately caught Cheng Bingyuan's attention. "Xiaoxue, what's wrong?" Cheng Bingyuan asked, looking at her with concern. Lin Xiaoxue bit her lip, meeting Cheng Bingyuan's gaze before speaking softly, "Teacher Cheng, I've broken up with Ye Chen." Cheng Bingyuan froze for a moment, then, thinking she had misheard, asked again, "What did you say? Can you say that again?" "I've broken up with Ye Chen." Once she confirmed that she hadn't misheard, Cheng Bingyuan's emotions seemed to surge. "Why? I'm leaving now," Lin Xiaoxue said quickly, standing up and walking out of Cheng Bingyuan's home without another word. After Ye Chen had left, Cheng Bingyuan looked at Lin Xiaoxue, her face serious as she asked, "Who initiated the breakup between you two?" "It was me," Lin Xiaoxue replied. "Why? You've been together for 4 years, and your relationship has always been so good. Why suddenly break up with Ye Chen?" Cheng Bingyuan asked, unable to understand. "Teacher Cheng, it's like this," Lin Xiaoxue then explained the reasons behind her breakup with Ye Chen. After listening to Lin Xiaoxue's explanation, Cheng Bingyuan looked at her with undisguised disappointment in her eyes. "Xiaoxue, I never thought you would make such a choice. You've really let me down. I didn't want to either, but this opportunity is just too rare for me to pass up," Lin Xiaoxue said, her tone firm. "Director Zhang told me that I have great potential, and he believes I can be developed into a top-tier actress in the country. This opportunity is right in front of me, and I have to seize it. Once I become a top actress, I will earn a lot of money." "Xiaoxue, when did you become so materialistic?" Cheng Bingyuan was stunned. She had always thought she understood Lin Xiaoxue well, but now she realized she didn't know her as much as she thought. "Teacher Cheng, it's not that I'm materialistic, it's that this is a materialistic society. Also, my dream has always been to become a top actress," Lin Xiaoxue replied. "But Xiaoxue, don't you remember? 5 years ago, during the summer vacation, we went to Shenzhen. Who was it that saved us from drowning?" Cheng Bingyuan asked, her voice filled with questioning. "It was him," Lin Xiaoxue replied softly. 5 years ago, during the summer vacation when Lin Xiaoxue was in her second year of high school, she and Cheng Bingyuan had traveled to Shenzhen. She had accidentally fallen into the water, and in a moment of panic, Cheng Bingyuan jumped in to save her. However, since she wasn't a good swimmer, both of them were at risk of drowning. In the end, it was Ye Chen who jumped in and pulled both of them to safety. At that time, both of them had lost consciousness due to a heart failure. Ye Chen had performed chest compressions and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, bringing them back to life. Her first kiss had also been given to Ye Chen during that moment. "Do you remember the year you were a sophomore, when you had kidney failure and had to undergo a transplant? Who was it that, after a successful match, unhesitatingly donated a kidney to you?" Cheng Bingyuan continued questioning. "It was him," Lin Xiaoxue's voice grew even quieter. That year, when Lin Xiaoxue needed a kidney transplant, Cheng Bingyuan had immediately gone through the matching process, but unfortunately, she did not match. However, her brother had successfully matched. But her grandmother, who had always been biased towards males, refused to let her brother donate his kidney to her. In the midst of the crisis, Ye Chen had unexpectedly matched, and without hesitation, he donated his kidney to save her. "Xiaoxue, if you still remember all this, how can you break up with Ye Chen?" Cheng Bingyuan said, her voice trembling. "Teacher Cheng, I know Ye Chen has done so much for me, but this opportunity is really too precious. If I miss it, I might spend the rest of my life as an ordinary person," Lin Xiaoxue said, her tone resolute. "Besides, just because Ye Chen has done so much for me, does that mean I must marry him? Isn't he that emotional blackmail? That's how I see it." "Xiaoxue, how can you say such cold-hearted words?" Cheng Bingyuan felt a pang of disappointment in her heart, as though all her efforts in educating Lin Xiaoxue over the years had failed. "Teacher Cheng, I know that breaking up with Ye Chen was wrong, and I owe him. But after I make a lot of money in the future, I'll make it up to him," Lin Xiaoxue said, trying to explain. "You're so focused on becoming a big star, on making money, but Xiaoxue, have you ever thought that maybe Ye Chen will make a lot of money in the future?" Cheng Bingyuan countered. "Teacher Cheng, Ye Chen comes from a small town and a regular family. Someone like him, how could he make big money in the future? Passion alone isn't enough," Lin Xiaoxue replied. In this society, people like us, without any background, find it really difficult to rise. That's why I have to seize this opportunity. Xiaoxue, maybe you're right in some ways, Cheng Bingyuan said, her tone softening a little. But my idea of happiness is different from yours. I think the greatest happiness for a woman is finding a man who loves her, and whom she loves in return. Maybe we don't have much money at the beginning, but I believe that if a couple works together, they'll always have enough to live on. Xiaoxue, sometimes finding someone to love and living a simple life is happiness. We women shouldn't equate happiness with how much money we have. Why not go back and apologize to Ye Chen? It's not too late. No, I won't go back, Lin Xiaoxue said firmly. Teacher Cheng, I've thought about this for a long time. It wasn't a rash decision to break up with Ye Chen. Teacher Cheng, I'm already an adult. I can take responsibility for my actions. I don't expect you to understand my choice, I only ask that you respect it. Hearing Lin Xiaoxue's words, Cheng Bingyuan shook her head, saying, Xiaoxue, you will regret this. You will definitely regret it. But for some reason, as she saw how resolute Lin Xiaoxue was about breaking up with Ye Chen, Cheng Bingyuan felt a coldness in her heart, mixed with a strange stir of emotions that she couldn't quite place. Meanwhile, Ye Chen had returned to his rented apartment. Looking at Lin Xiaoxue's belongings in the room, Ye Chen's mood sank. Although he had expected Lin Xiaoxue to break up with him, when the day finally came, he found it hard to remain calm. In the next few hours, Ye Chen packed up all of Lin Xiaoxue's personal items. This task helped calm his emotions a little. Afterward, he went to the bathroom to take a shower. By the time he finished and returned to his bed, it was already past 9 p.m. Picking up his phone from the bedside table, Ye Chen saw that Cheng Bingyuan had sent him a WeChat message. Chapter 4 I just envy my figure which is better than yours. Ye Chen, are you okay? Fine. Ye Chen typed a reply. Cheng Bingyuan, Xiaoxue broke up with you this time because she was sorry for you. Ye Chen, no, everyone has their own choice, I respect her choice. Cheng Bingyuan, time will prove that her choice was wrong. Xiaoxue will definitely regret it in the future. Ye Chen, perhaps time will prove that her choice is right. Cheng Bingyuan, Ye Chen, don't be so depressed. You have to believe in yourself and believe that you will be successful in the future. Cheng Bingyuan, teacher has always believed in you. Cheng Bingyuan, come on smiley face emoticon. The other side. Lin Xiaoxue, who was half lying on the bed with a facial mask on after taking a shower, also received a call at this time. Sister, how is it going? Have you broken up with Ye Chen? The person who called Lin Xiaoxue was Lin Xiaoxue's younger brother Lin Hao. Speaking of which, this pair of siblings are twins, a boy and a girl. Divided. Lin Xiaoxue replied. Hearing this, Lin Hao couldn't help but let out a long sigh of relief on the phone. Great, you guys finally broke up. I was really worried to death these days. Oh, by the way, sister, you broke up with Ye Chen. Is Ye Chen still pestering you? Please don't break up with him. No, he is very calm. Lin Xiaoxue said. Calm. Lin Hao was stunned at first, then sneered, har, it seems that Ye Chen has a strong self-esteem. With his personality of being so stubborn that he would rather suffer than save face, he is doomed to achieve nothing in the future. So, sister, it is a very wise choice for you to break up with him now. Lin Hao, I don't allow you to say that about Ye Chen. No matter what, I failed him this time. I am sorry for him. Lin Xiaoxue said in a serious tone. Sister, what you said is not right. Nowadays, many couples break up. Yours is just a normal breakup. Why do you feel sorry for Ye Chen? If you ask me, your previous relationship was a mistake. Ye Chen, a person from the bottom of society from a small place, is not worthy of you. You have been with him for 4 years, which is the greatest gift to him. Lin Hao said so. Okay Lin Hao, I'm sleepy. If there's nothing else, I'll hang up. Seeing that his sister was about to hang up, Lin Hao quickly said, wait, don't hang up yet. Anything else? Lin Xiaoxue asked. Sister, Director Zhang told you before that if you made a choice, you should contact him immediately. Have you contacted Director Zhang? This is the main purpose of Lin Hao making this call tonight. I just contacted him. Director Zhang asked me to discuss the contract tomorrow night. After hearing this, Lin Hao suddenly became energetic. Lin Hao said excitedly, Director Zhang is going to sign you so soon. Great, sister, you are really going to take off now. As long as Director Zhang supports you, you will definitely have a place among the top female stars in China in the future. By the way, sister, I'll go with you to meet Director Zhang tomorrow night. Aha! Ye Chen clicked into the WeChat group of his college classmates. The group was very lively at this time. Ye Chen took a casual look and found that everyone was talking about tomorrow's big data marriage matching. Classmate A, tomorrow we will officially graduate and enter the society. Now I realize that the 4 years in college have passed by so quickly. Student D, when I think about the fact that the government will give me a wife tomorrow, I don't feel sad at all. Laughing emoticon. Classmate B, Zhang Jian, don't be too happy too soon. After all, the success rate of big data marriage matching is only over 40%. You may not be matched. Classmate D, no way, absolutely impossible. I will definitely find a match. The country will definitely give me a wife. Classmate Y, God, please don't let me get paired up tomorrow. I'm still young and don't want to get married so early. I love you, God. Classmate C, at Classmate Y, you are so old, and you still have the nerve to say you are young. Picking nose emoticon. Classmate Y, Lulu, you want to die, humph, I get it, you just envy me, jealous that my figure is better than yours. Sunder face emoticon. Classmate H, ahem, please note that this is a classmate group, not a girlfriend group. Classmate E, Ye Chen and Xiaoxue are still the most enviable couple. After 4 years of relationship, it will finally come to fruition tomorrow. They are going to get the marriage certificate and become husband and wife. Classmate G, yeah, unlike us, we don't know what will happen tomorrow. If big data matches me with a boy I don't like, then it will be real. Classmate Z, who said it wasn't true. I'm really afraid of this big data marriage matching. It's not reliable at all. Classmate H, at Lin Xiaoxue, congratulations, Xiaoxue, you and Ye Chen are the envy of all of us. I wish you a long and happy life together and a baby soon. Classmate Y, at Handsome Yi, after you and our Xiaoxue get the marriage certificate tomorrow, will you treat everyone to a meal? Smirk emoticon. Lin Xiaoxue, let me tell you, Ye Chen and I have broken up. Student A. Student C. Classmate Y? Lin Xiaoxue's words immediately caused the group to be flooded with question marks. Classmate H, Xiaoxue, are you kidding us? Ye Chen, she wasn't joking, we have indeed broken up. Classmate Y, this. Student B, what is going on? Since both parties have come out and said that they have broken up, it means that this matter is definitely not false. Regarding the breakup of Ye Chen and Lin Xiaoxue, everyone in front of the phone was filled with shock and disbelief. You should know that Ye Chen and Lin Xiaoxue have been dating since their freshman year. One of them is the school hunk and the other is the school belle. They are talented and beautiful, and have always been regarded as a match made in heaven. And these two people are very destined to be together. During the summer vacation of her second year in high school, Lin Xiaoxue went to Ye Chen's hometown for a trip with teacher Cheng. As a result, the two girls accidentally drowned and were rescued by Ye Chen, who was at the scene. In the following year, Ye Chen had no contact with Lin Xiaoxue and Cheng Bingyuan. However, a year later, Ye Chen and Lin Xiaoxue both appeared at Modu University, and were in the same class. What is fate? This is fate. Later they fell in love. When she was in her sophomore year, Lin Xiaoxue had to undergo a kidney transplant as soon as possible because of severe kidney failure. It is well known that kidney transplantation requires matching. At that time, Lin Xiaoxue failed to match with many people, but in the end, Lin Xiaoxue matched with her boyfriend Ye Chen. This is fate again. In the end, Ye Chen took out a kidney from his body and gave it to Lin Xiaoxue. It can be said that Ye Chen gave Lin Xiaoxue a second life. Two people who have gone through this kind of test are now breaking up. Chapter 5. Come to your sister's bowl. Ye Chen, did you do something to let Xiaoxue down? A female classmate asked this question in the group. Ye Chen is not only the school hunk in their school. He was also named the most handsome campus idol in the history of Shanghai University. In addition, Ye Chen is also the president of their school's basketball association. He has a well-controlled figure, so he is very popular among the girls in their school. So the female classmate guessed that Ye Chen could not withstand the temptation from the outside world and did something wrong to Lin Xiaoxue, which led to their breakup. Lin Xiaoxue, please don't misunderstand Ye Chen. He didn't do anything to let me down. I was the one who proposed the breakup. I am the one who let Ye Chen down. Classmate Y, at Lin Xiaoxue, not Xiaoxue, why? Ye Chen is so good to you, why do you want to break up with him? I don't understand. Classmate G, at, I don't understand either. You and Ye Chen are the most envied couple in our school. We all thought that you would definitely get married. I have already thought of the words to bless you and I'm waiting to tell you tomorrow, but you. Classmate B, at, Brother Chen gave you one of his kidneys, and now you want to break up? You are really awesome. Student D, God is watching what you do. Classmate W, you still have to have a conscience, or you will be punished. Classmate Z, we are all classmates, there is no need to be so vicious. Xiaoxue and Ye Chen broke up, although everyone feels sorry, but this is their business. We are all classmates, so we should be more polite. In addition, let me be fair. In fact, it is normal for couples to break up now. After all, love will disappear with the passage of time. We can't ask Xiaoxue to marry Ye Chen just because Ye Chen gave her a kidney. This kind of moral kidnapping is unacceptable. Classmate H, that's right. If you don't love each other anymore, just break up. Isn't this good for everyone? Xiaoxue, I understand you. We are all independent women in the new era. If you don't love each other anymore, just break up. Don't let secular morality restrict us. Come on, Xiaoxue. Classmate Y, at Lin Xiaoxue, I don't believe that you chose to break up with Ye Chen because your feelings for each other disappeared. Is it because you are about to enter the entertainment industry and you feel that Ye Chen's existence will affect your future career, so you want to break up with Ye Chen? Some time ago, when the great director Zhang Yimou brought a crew to their school to film a movie, he immediately fell in love with Lin Xiaoxue in the crowd and left her contact information on the spot. Then that night, someone saw Lin Xiaoxue and Zhang Yimou eating in a private room in a restaurant near the school. Then the rumor spread in the school that Zhang Yimou wanted to support Lin Xiaoxue. Lin Xiaoxue, of course, it's not what you think. I don't love Ye Chen anymore, so I want to break up with Ye Chen. On the other side, Ye Chen received a WeChat message from Lin Xiaoxue, Ye Chen, please, don't tell the real reason for our breakup in the group. If the real reason for her breakup with Ye Chen is made public, then when she becomes famous, it will definitely become a black mark on her that she cannot wash away. Classmate Y, at Lin Xiaoxue, I didn't expect you to be so hypocritical, but it doesn't matter now. If a young and beautiful girl like Lin Xiaoxue, who is also a school beauty, wants to become famous in the entertainment industry, she must establish a single persona for herself. Seeing this, everyone in front of their phones had a rough idea of what was going on. After all, those who can get into Shanghai University are not fools. With a little analysis, the result will come out. Lin Xiaoxue remained silent at this moment. There are some things that everyone can guess through their own analysis, but she, as the person involved, cannot admit it. In short, she can't leave a black history for herself. Classmate Y, at Ye Chen, don't be sad. Lin Xiaoxue broke up with you because she didn't know what she was talking about. I like you, you know that, so Ye Chen, can you be my boyfriend? Classmate A, good fellow, if Ye Chen agrees, then you will get the certificate and become a legal couple tomorrow. Xia Ranran, you are going to do it all in one go. It's no secret that Xia Ranran likes Ye Chen. This was already known to everyone in the class. Because when the freshman year started, when everyone was still in military training, Xia Ranran once confessed to Ye Chen in front of countless people on the military training ground with flowers in her hands, but Xia Ranran's confession was rejected. Classmate C, Brother Chen, promise her, promise her. Student D, promise her, promise her. For a moment, everyone in the group started to make a noise, and it became very lively. Ye Chen, at Xia Ranran, stop making trouble, we are still more suitable to be friends. Classmate W, at Xia Ranran, you got rejected again. I feel sorry for you. Xia Ranran, at Ye Chen, humph, tomorrow we will have the big data marriage matching. If we are matched, then it will not be up to you pouting emoticon. Classmate G, after hearing what Ranran said, I suddenly realized that Ye Chen will also participate in the big data marriage matching with all of us tomorrow. So, I also have a chance shy emoticon. Classmate H, I'm already burning incense and praying, hee smirk emoticon. Classmate J, at, come to your sister's bowl picking nose emoticon. Ye Chen. It was around 8 o'clock the next morning. Ye Chen, wearing casual clothes, took his household registration book and ID card and went out. The reason why he brought his household registration book and ID card is because of today's big data marriage matching. If he is really matched with a woman, he will have to get the marriage certificate with the other party on the spot, even if he doesn't want to. This is mandatory by the state. At 8:30, Ye Chen rode a shared bicycle to the south gate of Magic City University. After parking the car, Ye Chen walked into Modu University and came to the school gymnasium. Today's big data marriage matching will be held in the school gymnasium. When Ye Chen came in, there were already quite a few people inside. Most people looked anxious. These young people have mixed feelings about the upcoming big data marriage matching. I feel both excited and scared. No one really knows the specific rules of the so-called big data marriage matching. The official announcement is that the matching is based on a person's personality, hobbies, height and other factors. No one could predict the matching results in advance. It is precisely because it is unpredictable that many people are nervous. The organizers of today's big data marriage matching are the Shanghai University Board of Directors and the Shanghai Civil Affairs Bureau. You can see a long queue has formed on the south side of the stadium. Those queuing there are couples waiting to get their marriage certificate. These people do not need to participate in big data marriage matching. Chapter 6 was actually paired with Cheng Bingyuan. At 8:55, all the single men and women who had not obtained marriage certificates gathered in the gymnasium. There are only 5 minutes left before the big data marriage matching begins today. Many people were whispering to each other, it was quite lively. Have you heard that Lin Xiaoxue and Ye Chen broke up? I just heard about it. I never thought these two would break up. So, today we all have the chance to be paired with the school beauty Lin Xiaoxue and win her heart. A wretched-looking young man said this in an excited tone while rubbing his hands. Lin Xiaoxue has lived with Ye Chen for 4 years. If anyone were to pair up with Lin Xiaoxue today, wouldn't that be the same as marrying a divorced woman? I don't want to pair up with Lin Xiaoxue. I'm still a virgin. Old Lu, these days everyone's new love is someone else's old love. But if I were paired with Lin Xiaoxue, I would feel uncomfortable thinking about how she lived with Ye Chen for 4 years and they just broke up yesterday. I say, brothers, stop talking about Lin Xiaoxue. Lin Xiaoxue is the school beauty, so beautiful. You guys are so safe, you won't pair up with Lin Xiaoxue, unless the machine is broken. Unlike me, I just want to pair up with Teacher Cheng. Good fellow, we were just talking about Lin Xiaoxue, but you actually dreamed of pairing up with Teacher Cheng. You are more daring than the rest of us. Teacher Cheng has participated in big data marriage matching for 4 years, but he has never been matched. In my opinion, Teacher Cheng will not be able to match today. If I don't match up with Teacher Cheng today, then I hope my goddess will be single forever. It's 9 o'clock, it's time to start. As the time came to 9 o'clock in the morning, the big data marriage matching officially began. At this moment, all the single men and women who wanted to participate in the matchmaking turned their eyes to the super large LED screen in the center of the gymnasium. The name and ID number of the successfully matched person will be displayed shortly, as well as the corresponding matching score. When the matching score reaches 70 points, the matching is successful. As long as the match is successful, everyone can receive a marriage happiness fund from the state today. The higher the matching score, the more money you will get. Theoretically, you can get up to 10 million renminbi. However, in the 4 years since the big data marriage matching system was implemented in China, no matched couple has ever received the 10 million yuan. The stadium, which was bustling with people 1 second ago, became quiet again the next second. Everyone held their breath and looked up at the huge LED screen. Many people are praying silently in their hearts. Some people pray to be paired with the person of the opposite sex they like. Some people who don't want to get married so early pray that they will fail in their matchmaking today. Lin Xiaoxue prayed that she must not be paired up, otherwise her breakup with Ye Chen yesterday would be meaningless. In fact, this is also a big gamble for her. Ye Chen was very calm. No matter what the result is, he will accept it calmly. Anyway, he can't refuse it. In the crowd, Cheng Bingyuan was praying silently in her heart. However, when she prayed, her eyes would occasionally fall on Ye Chen's profile. Soon, information about the first group of matched people appeared on the big screen. This caused some commotion among the originally quiet crowd. The first batch of successful matches has been announced, a total of 10 couples, and those on the list are now invited to voluntarily go to the temporary marriage registration office to register for marriage. The voice of the Civil Affairs Bureau staff member who was in charge of hosting this big data marriage matching was transmitted through the microphone to every corner of the gymnasium. In this way, big data marriage matching proceeds in an orderly manner. When the time reached 10 o'clock, everyone in the gymnasium looked in surprise. Because this time, unlike in the past when 20 names appeared on the big screen at once, only 2 names appeared. The names of these 2 people are Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan. The 2 names are connected by a red heart. The number inside the heart is the matching score. 99. The number inside the red heart is actually the theoretical highest value of 99 points. Ye Chen's face was filled with astonishment. What's going on? He was actually paired with Cheng Bingyuan. And their matching score is as high as 99 points. This is totally off the mark. You know, this pairing means that he and Cheng Bingyuan will soon become a legal couple. Outrageous, off the mark. At this moment, besides Ye Chen, there was another person at the scene who also had a look of astonishment on his face. This person was none other than Lin Xiaoxue. They are a pair. When she gave birth to Teacher Cheng last night, she smiled and told Teacher Cheng that she hoped Teacher Cheng could be successful in today's big data marriage matching and find her an uncle. This wasn't a joke on her part at the time. But she really hoped that Cheng Bingyuan could find a good home. After all, for her sake, Cheng Bingyuan has kept the opposite sex at a distance for the past 8 years. Now that she has grown up, she is about to enter society. So she sincerely hopes that Cheng Bingyuan can find a home and gain her own happiness. Just as she hoped, Cheng Bingyuan was finally matched with a person of the opposite sex in today's big data marriage matching, which should have been something for her to be happy about. But when the man Cheng Bingyuan was paired with was Ye Chen, she couldn't be happy at all. Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan were paired up, and their pairing score was the theoretically highest 99 points. How so? The legendary highest score of 99 points actually appeared. 10 million marriage happiness fund is in hand. I am so jealous. Holy crap! Teacher Cheng is paired with Ye Chen. Ye Chen's luck is too good to be true. Lin Xiaoxue broke up with him yesterday, but today he is paired with Teacher Cheng. Then Lin Xiaoxue will have to call Ye Chen uncle or master from now on. I just want to say 626. Chapter 7 system is activated after receiving the certificate. Teacher Cheng, you've been matched. Congratulations. A middle-aged woman with a particularly strong scholarly air standing next to Cheng Bingyuan congratulated Cheng Bingyuan. This middle-aged woman is named Li Suzhen. She is a professor at Shanghai University and also Cheng Bingyuan's doctoral supervisor. She is deeply respected by Cheng Bingyuan. Several young teachers nearby who looked about the same age as Cheng Bingyuan also reacted and congratulated Cheng Bingyuan. However, the expressions of these young teachers were a little strange. Because Ye Chen, who was paired with Cheng Bingyuan, had always been Lin Xiaoxue's boyfriend. The two broke up yesterday. It's true that life is unpredictable. In response to the congratulations from her colleagues, Cheng Bingyuan kept saying thank you. At this moment, Cheng Bingyuan seemed calm on the surface. In fact, my heart has already been like a turbulent sea. At this moment, the female staff member of the Civil Affairs Bureau who was in charge of today's big data marriage matching finally reacted and hurriedly took the microphone and said excitedly, "It's unbelievable that the highest score of 99 appeared. This is the first 99 points in the 4 years since the implementation of our country's big data marriage matching system. This shows that according to our big data calculation, Ms. Cheng Bingyuan and Mr. Ye Chen are truly a match made in heaven. Now please let us welcome Ms. Cheng Bingyuan and Mr. Ye Chen to the registry office with the warmest applause to go through the marriage registration procedures." After saying this, the female staff member of the Civil Affairs Bureau was the first to applaud. For a moment, the stadium was filled with thunderous applause. Under everyone's gaze, Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan walked towards the temporary marriage registration office from different directions. Looking at Cheng Bingyuan who was walking towards him, Ye Chen's expression seemed somewhat unnatural. After all, the other party was his economics teacher who taught him for 4 years. But now he is about to get a marriage certificate with Cheng Bingyuan and become a legal couple. Teachers become husband and wife, this is really exciting. When they were face to face and only one step away from each other, they both stopped. Teacher Cheng. Ye Chen scratched his head awkwardly. Let's go. Cheng Bingyuan took the initiative to hold Ye Chen's hand and then walked forward. Seeing this, Ye Chen had no choice but to follow him and walk towards the temporary marriage registration office in front. From the moment his and Cheng Bingyuan's names appeared on the big LED screen, the ending was actually determined. Whether he and Cheng Bingyuan want to or not, they must register for the marriage certificate today. If he and Cheng Bingyuan refused to get the marriage certificate, what awaited them was that both of them would be put on the national dishonest blacklist by the authorities. In addition, he will not be able to obtain a diploma or degree certificate. Cheng Bingyuan will also lose her job as a teacher. This kind of result is unbearable for anyone. Since he couldn't change the outcome, he could only face it. Soon, the two came to the temporary marriage registration office together. Although it is called a temporary marriage registration office, it actually has a full range of functional facilities. Wedding photo shooting area, marriage examination area. Here we provide one-stop service for marriage registration. In less than half an hour, Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan each had a red book in their hands. From the moment the seal of the Civil Affairs Bureau was stamped, the two of them had become a legal couple with a certificate. When Ye Chen reached out and took the red book from the Civil Affairs Bureau staff, a cold mechanical prompt sound suddenly rang in his mind. Ding, it is detected that the host has completed the marriage registration, and the system has been activated successfully. Ding, the novice gift package has been sent to the system warehouse. The host can use his mind to retrieve it at any time. System. Ye Chen's heart trembled violently. As someone who reads a lot of novels, he is naturally familiar with the system. I didn't expect that he was also the chosen one. Ye Chen suppressed the joy in his heart. If the occasion was not inappropriate, he would definitely jump up with excitement. With the system, his future life will be completely different. Ye Chen, what's wrong with you? Cheng Bingyuan, who had just carefully put the marriage certificate into her bag, keenly noticed that something was wrong with Ye Chen. It's okay. I just got the certificate and I'm a little excited. Ye Chen's thoughts were pulled back to reality by Cheng Bingyuan. Cheng Bingyuan obviously did not expect Ye Chen to say this. Cheng Bingyuan was stunned for a moment, then smiled and said, "Really? I thought getting our marriage certificate was a shock to you. I'm not scared, but I am really embarrassed. After all, you are Mr. Cheng." Having said this, Ye Chen stopped and did not say any more. It's a normal reaction to be embarrassed, but you won't be embarrassed tomorrow. Cheng Bingyuan said somewhat mysteriously. Okay Ye Chen, it's time for us to go out. According to regulations, couples who have obtained their marriage certificate must leave the stadium immediately and cannot stay inside for long. Well, let's go. As he spoke, Ye Chen took the lead and walked towards the exit of the gymnasium. Cheng Bingyuan caught up and once again took the initiative to hold Ye Chen's hand. This couldn't help but make Ye Chen's mouth twitch slightly. It was really hard for him to adapt to Cheng Bingyuan being so proactive. But to be honest, Cheng Bingyuan's hands are really soft and tender, and they feel great to the touch. Just like that, under the envious gazes of many boys, Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan walked out of the gymnasium hand in hand. Teacher Cheng, my goddess, how come you are already taken? I don't envy anyone now, I just envy Ye Chen. Who said it wasn't true? I felt sorry for Ye Chen because he was kicked by Lin Xiaoxue, but Ye Chen took Teacher Cheng away. This move really blinded my eyes. Teacher Cheng is more fragrant than Lin Xiaoxue. Ye Chen is the real winner in life. At this moment, the hearts of all the boys were broken. At Shanghai University, although Lin Xiaoxue is recognized as the campus beauty, the goddess in the hearts of many boys is not Lin Xiaoxue, but Cheng Bingyuan. Because in terms of appearance and figure alone, Cheng Bingyuan is better than Lin Xiaoxue. The reason why Cheng Bingyuan was not named the school beauty was simply because of her identity as a teacher. Seeing the two people holding hands, Lin Xiaoxue's expression in the crowd was quite interesting for a moment. Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan got married. Whenever she thought of this result, Lin Xiaoxue felt that it was all too ridiculous. Chapter 8. Is there a camera in the car? At the same time, she also felt that Cheng Bingyuan and Ye Chen had betrayed her together. Yet she couldn't blame either of them. Because Cheng Bingyuan and Ye Chen were matched by Big Data, they had to get a marriage certificate. Outside the gymnasium. As Ye Chen walked out of the gymnasium, his cell phone text message alert sounded. I took out my cell phone and looked at it. It's a text message from the bank. Xiaogua Bank on June 26, XX at 11:06, Xiaoxue Civil Affairs Bureau Management Center account 9419 transferred money to your account ending in 888 in another bank, with a receipt amount of 500,000 yuan and a balance of 536.28.18 yuan. It arrived so quickly. This is really efficient. After seeing the content of the text message, Ye Chen couldn't help but sigh. Since his and Cheng Bingyuan's matching score this time was the highest 99 points, according to the policy, the couple can receive a marriage happiness fund of 10 million renminbi. I just filled out the registration form, and in less than 5 minutes, 5 million has been deposited into my account. This efficiency is amazing. My 5 million has also arrived. Cheng Bingyuan said this after taking a look at her phone. Okay, Mr. Cheng, you are busy. I will go back first. Just as Ye Chen finished speaking and was about to leave, Cheng Bingyuan's voice rang out, "Wait, Ye Chen, I'll go back with you." What? Ye Chen looked at Cheng Bingyuan in surprise, thinking he had heard it wrong. I said I want to go back with you. Looking into Ye Chen's eyes, Cheng Bingyuan spoke word by word. Oh, this isn't quite appropriate. Ye Chen said with some stammering. Why is it inappropriate? We are now a legal couple with a marriage certificate. Isn't it natural for a couple to be together? Cheng Bingyuan said in a serious tone. Ye Chen was speechless for a moment. I couldn't find any way to refute Cheng Bingyuan's words. Let's go, it's almost time for dinner, let's go out and find a place to fill our stomachs. As Cheng Bingyuan spoke, she took Ye Chen's hand and walked towards the school parking lot not far away. After a while, the two men came to the front of a red Volkswagen Golf. This Golf is Cheng Bingyuan's car. You driving? Or should I? Cheng Bingyuan took out the car keys and looked at Ye Chen and asked. Let me drive it. Ye Chen said. He got his driver's license during the summer vacation after he graduated from college entrance examination. His father has been driving an online ride-hailing car in his hometown for the past 4 years. Every winter and summer vacation, Ye Chen would go home to see his father working hard and drive a car for his father. After these 4 years, Ye Chen has become an experienced driver. After getting in the car and fastening his seat belt, Ye Chen started the car and habitually placed his right hand on the passenger's thighs. However, the moment he put it down, Ye Chen suddenly realized that the person sitting in the passenger seat was no longer Lin Xiaoxue, but Cheng Bingyuan. So Ye Chen withdrew his hand as if he was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Mr. Cheng, I didn't mean it just now. Ye Chen explained awkwardly. Cheng Bingyuan smiled when she heard it. It's okay, I know you have this habit when driving. You know. Ye Chen looked at Cheng Bingyuan with embarrassment and confusion. During these 4 years, on many weekends, when he and Lin Xiaoxue went out to play together, they would drive Cheng Bingyuan's Volkswagen Golf. Gradually, Ye Chen developed the habit of driving with his left hand and placing his right hand on Lin Xiaoxue's thigh. How did Cheng Bingyuan know that he had this habit? Could it be that Lin Xiaoxue told Cheng Bingyuan? Given Lin Xiaoxue's personality, it is unlikely that she would tell such a private matter to anyone else, even if that person is Cheng Bingyuan. No, don't you know there's a camera in my car? Cheng Bingyuan asked back. Huh? There's a camera? Where is it? Ye Chen was a little confused. He really didn't know there was a camera in this car. Right behind. Looking in the direction of Cheng Bingyuan's finger, Ye Chen indeed saw a camera. The camera is installed in a very hidden location, and if you don't pay attention, you really can't find it. At this moment, Ye Chen couldn't help but feel a little fortunate. Fortunately, he and Lin Xiaoxue did not do anything more excessive in the car before. But why would Cheng Bingyuan install cameras in her car? She doesn't have any special hobbies, right? Noticing that Ye Chen looked at her with a strange look in his eyes, Cheng Bingyuan quickly explained, Ye Chen, don't get me wrong. This camera was given to me by the 4S store when I bought the car. All right. Ye Chen nodded. After a while, Ye Chen drove the Golf out of the gate of Magic City University. Teacher Cheng, where are we going to eat? After thinking for a while, Cheng Bingyuan said, let's go to the China World Shopping Plaza. Guomao Shopping Plaza is only about 3 kilometers away from Shanghai University. It only takes more than 10 minutes to get there by car. Along the way, neither of them spoke, and finally Cheng Bingyuan spoke first, interrupting the silence between them. Ye Chen, why don't you speak? I don't know what to say. Ye Chen replied. I know that getting married to me makes you feel wronged. After all, I am 14 years older than you. Cheng Bingyuan bit her lip and said in a depressed mood. Teacher Cheng, don't say that. Although you are 14 years older than me, your real age looks to be only in your 20s. If we were to walk on the street, people who don't know us would just think we were the same age. Ye Chen said, besides, you are full-time teacher at Magic City University, a native of Magic City, and you are also beautiful. With your conditions, if we get married, I am actually marrying above my station. Ye Chen said this not to destroy his own prestige. He spoke from a very objective perspective. Judging from the overall conditions of the two people, he is indeed marrying above his station, Cheng Bingyuan. But it's different now he has a system. With the system, he will definitely rise quickly in the future. By then, others will no longer say that he is not worthy of Cheng Bingyuan. No matter how you look at it, we don't look like we are the same age. What you said is a bit exaggerated, but I am still very happy that you can say that. Cheng Bingyuan smiled and suddenly said seriously, Ye Chen, don't say anything like marrying above your station anymore. Actually. Seeing Cheng Bingyuan seemed to be hesitant to speak, Ye Chen subconsciously asked, actually what? Actually. Cheng Bingyuan hesitated for a moment, and finally mustered up the courage. She took a deep breath and said to Ye Chen seriously, Ye Chen, I have always liked you. Before the big data marriage matching started today, I kept praying in my heart that I could be matched with you. Later, when I saw that we were really matched, at that moment, I was really overjoyed, very happy. Chapter 9 Teacher wants to make their fake play real. After hearing what Cheng Bingyuan said, Ye Chen was confused. What's going on? Is this a confession to him? I guess so. Seeing Ye Chen didn't say anything, Cheng Bingyuan continued, I know that what I just said is a little difficult for you to digest for a while, and it even directly subverts the image of me in your mind. I don't know when I started to like you. When I first realized my feelings for you, I was devastated because you were Xiaoxue's boyfriend, but I fell in love with you. You know, Ye Chen, yesterday when I learned that Xiaoxue broke up with you, I felt very conflicted. I was angry that Xiaoxue didn't know how to cherish you and let you down. I hope Xiaoxue will admit her mistake to you and hope that you can reconcile again, but deep down in my heart I don't want you to reconcile. The other side. A woman in a snow-white dress walked out from the exit of the Magic City University gymnasium. The woman had delicate features and ink-black long hair. Under the sunlight, she looked like a princess who had walked out of a comic book world. This woman is Lin Xiaoxue, who has been the campus beauty of Shanghai University for 4 consecutive years. After coming out, Lin Xiaoxue took a deep breath and suddenly felt relaxed. Fortunately, she was not matched in this big data marriage matching, so she remains single. In the near future, she will surely become a well-known domestic actress and reap great fame and fortune. Sister, you finally came out. A man wearing avant-garde sunglasses, who was hiding in the shade under a big tree not far away, walked quickly towards Lin Xiaoxue while speaking. The young man in sunglasses is Lin Xiaoxue's twin brother Lin Hao. How's it going, sister? You didn't match up with anyone, did you? Lin Hao asked nervously. Seeing his sister nod, Lin Hao immediately grinned and said, Sister, congratulations. And you? Lin Xiaoxue asked. Her younger brother is studying at the Shanghai Film Academy and is also graduating today. Like her younger brother is also going to participate in the big data marriage matching. Neither do I, har. We are really blessed by God. We will definitely become famous siblings in the country in the future. Lin Hao laughed. Come on, sister, let's go out and have a good meal to celebrate. Well, I'll call Teacher Cheng to come along. Lin Xiaoxue said as she took out her cell phone from her bag. That Cheng Bingyuan shouldn't have been matched this time, right? Lin Hao asked casually. Not counting today, Cheng Bingyuan has participated in the big data marriage matching 4 times in a row, but she has not been matched all 4 times. You should know that the success rate of big data marriage matching is close to half now. Cheng Bingyuan has not been matched for 4 consecutive years, which has set a record. Because according to official authoritative statistics, apart from Cheng Bingyuan, no one else has been able to survive 4 rounds of big data marriage matching and still remain single. No wonder his grandmother always said that Cheng Bingyuan was destined to be single. Hearing her brother's question, Lin Xiaoxue, who was about to call Cheng Bingyuan, paused and said, she is matched this time. What, they are paired? Lin Hao immediately became interested. Who is Cheng Bingyuan paired with? It should be a male teacher from your Magic City University, right? No. Lin Xiaoxue shook her head and said slowly, it's Ye Chen. What the hell? Lin Hao looked at his sister in disbelief, his eyes wide open. You said they are pair. Lin Xiaoxue nodded, yes. Nima, this is too absurd. Lin Hao was speechless. This Dogecoin big data marriage matching is so outrageous. It's just a random matchmaking. After complaining bitterly, Lin Hao suddenly looked at his sister and said, Sister, when you see Ye Chen again in the future, don't you have to call him uncle? I won't call Ye Chen uncle. Lin Xiaoxue rolled her eyes at her brother in annoyance. Next, Lin Xiaoxue called Cheng Bingyuan and said as she walked, Teacher Cheng, where are you now? Let's go out for dinner together. Lin Hao is here too. I'm already eating hot pot, you and Lin Hao can eat by yourselves. Cheng Bingyuan's voice sounded on the phone. All right. Lin Xiaoxue was about to hang up the phone, but before she hung up, she casually asked, by the way, who are you eating hot pot with? With Ye Chen. Hearing this answer, Lin Xiaoxue was stunned at first, and then immediately questioned, no, how can you eat hot pot with Ye Chen? Why not? Ye Chen and I have already obtained our marriage certificate, so what's wrong with us having a hot pot together as a couple? Cheng Bingyuan said calmly. Teacher Cheng, are you serious? Lin Xiaoxue was getting a little anxious. Although the two of them were successfully paired, it brought her a big shock. But after thinking about it carefully, she couldn't help but let it go. After all, pairing the two of them together was not what either of them wanted. This can only be blamed on that unreliable big data marriage matching. So even if they got the marriage certificate, it was only because they were forced to do so by the rules. They both definitely wouldn't take it seriously. However, Cheng Bingyuan's answer just now seemed to prove that she thought things were too simple. The other party seems to be suspected of pretending to be real. Xiaoxue, what do you mean I'm serious? Could it be that the marriage certificate in my hand is fake? Cheng Bingyuan said so. Teacher Cheng, how can you do this? You can't do this. Ye Chen is. But you've broken up, you're no longer related, so is there anything wrong with me doing this? Cheng Bingyuan said. Okay, Xiaoxue, I'm going to eat hot pot. I'm hanging up now. Hearing the beep of the phone being hung up, Lin Xiaoxue's face turned pale. Cheng Bingyuan actually wants to make their fake play real. At this moment, Lin Hao, who had just stretched his ears and listened to the phone call, said with a smile, Sister, you have been intimidated by Cheng Bingyuan. Hearing this, Lin Xiaoxue was stunned and said, Lin Hao, what do you mean by this? That's what it means literally. Lin Hao said with a look of having seen through everything, what Cheng Bingyuan did was actually to find another way to force you to get back together with Ye Chen. I now seriously suspect that it was Ye Chen who taught Cheng Bingyuan to do this. Chapter 10, Soft Rice Really Warms the Stomach. Sister, you must stay calm at this time. The more anxious and frustrated you act now, Ye Chen will know that you still care about him in your heart. In this way, he will not give up and will keep pestering you in the future. Lin Hao said, if Ye Chen keeps pestering you, it will definitely affect your future career, so you must show that you don't care now. Only in this way will Ye Chen really give up on you. After thinking carefully about what her brother said, Lin Xiaoxue nodded and said, what you said seems to make some sense. It either seems or makes sense. Lin Hao said proudly, no matter what Ye Chen is planning, how can he hide it from me, Lin Hao? Okay, let's not talk about them. Lin Xiaoxue changed the subject as she walked. When will your new drama start filming? Her brother signed a contract with a film and television company when he was a junior in college. This new drama is also her brother's debut in the film and television industry. Her brother has high hopes for the new drama. Hey, don't talk about this. It makes me really upset when I talk about this. Lin Hao said with a depressed look on his face. What's wrong? What happened? Lin Xiaoxue asked curiously. The last time her brother talked to her about his new drama, she was very excited. Why did she look so dull today? The boss of our company failed in his investment. It is said that he misappropriated all the money in the company account and lost it all. Now our company can't even run normally. How can we have extra money to make movies? Lin Hao said with a gloomy face, now our boss is looking for investors for the company everywhere. If we can't get any more investment, our company will most likely fail. So your drama is completely hopeless? Lin Xiaoxue asked. Since her younger brother signed the contract with Chuanqiu Film and Television, he has been strongly supported by Chuanqiu Film and Television. He is now a member of a well-known boy band in China and has a certain fan base on the internet. In the new drama that Chuanqiu Film and Television is planning to shoot, the leading male role is given to her younger brother. Her brother is ready to strike while the iron is hot and use this new drama to reach new heights. It's not completely hopeless. Lin Hao said, the boss told us to raise funds for the new drama ourselves. As long as the money is in place, the new drama can still be filmed. How big is the funding gap for that show? Lin Xiaoxue asked. About 7 million. Lin Hao said, I already said in the fan group the day before yesterday that my fans are now crowdfunding for the drama, but my fans are basically some poor students, and I don't think they can raise much money. Just then, the conversation between a pair of students from the Magic City University nearby drifted into Lin Hao's ears. Ye Chen is really lucky. Not only did he match up with teacher Cheng this time, but he also received a 10 million marriage happiness fund. I am so envious of him. Who says it's not true? It's true that comparing yourself to others makes you feel pissed off. After hearing these conversations, Lin Hao's eyes suddenly lit up. Sister, is what those two people just said true? Did Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan really get a 10 million marriage happiness fund? Seeing Lin Xiaoxue nod, Lin Hao couldn't help smacking his lips and said, Good fellow, doesn't this mean that Cheng Bingyuan and Ye Chen's matching score has reached the theoretical highest 99 points? Are they really that well matched? This big data is outrageous. As he was speaking, Lin Hao changed the subject, but now it seems that the funding gap for my drama has been solved. Lin Hao, do you mean to ask teacher Cheng to help you make up the funding gap for that drama? Lin Xiaoxue guessed her brother's plan. Yes. Lin Hao nodded and said, Cheng Bingyuan already has some money on her, and she earned another 10 million today. Now it's easy for her to take out 7 million. Lin Hao, let me remind you that half of the 10 million belongs to Ye Chen. Lin Xiaoxue said. So what? Lin Hao said, the drama I star in will definitely be a hit. The investors of this drama will definitely make a lot of money. Letting Ye Chen be an investor this time is really a bargain for him. He should be grateful to me. The other side. Inside a hot pot restaurant on the 3rd floor of Guogo Plaza. Sign in every day, there is a certain probability of triggering the sign in reward. Important reminder, if you sign in continuously, the probability of triggering the sign in reward will increase. While eating hot pot, Ye Chen studied the system he had just bound in his mind and found that he had bound it to the sign-in system. His system is very simple, not complicated at all. Just remember to sign in every day. As for whether there will be any rewards, it depends on your luck. Very good, he likes this kind of system that is easy to operate and does not require any brainpower. Ding, sign-in successful. After waiting for a few seconds and finding no further response, Ye Chen knew that today's sign-in did not successfully trigger the sign-in reward. Ye Chen was not discouraged, as there would be plenty of opportunities in the future anyway. By the way, there is also a newbie gift pack. Thinking of this, Ye Chen immediately opened the novice gift package with his mind. Ding, the novice gift pack has been opened successfully. Congratulations to their host for obtaining a bottle of gene regeneration potion. Note, after taking this potion, their host's missing organs will be regenerated, and the functions of the new organs will be enhanced. After obtaining this information, Ye Chen was extremely excited. He now seriously suspected that the system had tailor-made this bottle of gene regeneration potion for him. 2 years ago, he gave a kidney to Lin Xiaoxue. In other words, he has one less kidney than ordinary people. Losing a kidney has had an impact on his body. In the past 2 years, he has clearly felt that his physical strength is not as good as before. But now, with this bottle of gene regeneration potion, the removed kidney in his body can regenerate, and its function will be enhanced. Ye Chen wished he could extract the bottle of gene regeneration potion from the system warehouse and drink it right now. But this situation is obviously inappropriate. Half an hour later, Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan walked out of their hot pot restaurant together. Ye Chen, go shopping with me. Cheng Bingyuan said. Good. Ye Chen nodded. You are about to enter society. Come on, Ye Chen, let's go get you some decent clothes first. Cheng Bingyuan said excitedly. Then he took Ye Chen's hand and rushed straight to the men's clothing area. After more than an hour, Ye Chen had several shopping bags in his hands. It was filled with the clothes that Cheng Bingyuan had put together for him. They are more business-oriented. These outfits cost a total of more than 40,000 yuan, all of which were paid for by Cheng Bingyuan's credit card. There were a few moments when Ye Chen felt that soft rice was really a warm stomach. Chapter 11. Okay, Ye Chen, you must be getting impatient. Teacher Cheng, if you need any clothes, I'll buy them for you. Ye Chen said. I don't like clothes. If you really want to buy me some, then buy me some pajamas. Cheng Bingyuan said, then changed the subject, but I have a request. Request? What request? Tell me. Ye Chen asked curiously. You are the one who is responsible for choosing the style of pajamas for me. Cheng Bingyuan said with a smile. Ye Chen was stunned for a moment when he heard the voice, I'll pick it for you. But I don't know what style you like. It doesn't matter whether I like Ye Chen or not, what matters is that you like him. Cheng Bingyuan said with a blush. Well. At this point, no matter how dumb Ye Chen was, he understood the meaning of Cheng Bingyuan's words. After all, Cheng Bingyuan has said it very straightforwardly. My goodness, Cheng Bingyuan's personality is so different from Lin Xiaoxue's. When Lin Xiaoxue bought pajamas online before, she never asked for his opinion. Even though he expressed his opinion twice, it was directly rejected by Lin Xiaoxue. Not only that, Lin Xiaoxue also called him a pervert. Compared with Lin Xiaoxue, Cheng Bingyuan is much more considerate. Ye Chen. Cheng Bingyuan looked at Ye Chen, appearing calm on the surface, but actually a little nervous in her heart. Ye Chen didn't say anything. He just took Cheng Bingyuan's hand and went straight to the women's clothing area. A smile spread across Cheng Bingyuan's pretty face. Another hour passed, and Ye Chen had a few more shopping bags in his hands. Inside were a few sets of pajamas that he had just picked out for Cheng Bingyuan. These sets of pajamas are not cheap either, and cost Ye Chen more than 20,000 yuan. But it's definitely worth it. Ye Chen, come to my house now. I'll pack my things and move to where you live. Cheng Bingyuan said this after coming out of the women's clothing area. Hearing this, Ye Chen's eyelids jumped. Teacher Cheng, is this appropriate? It's natural for a couple to live together. Besides, you've already picked out the pajamas for me. If we don't live together, who would I wear these pajamas to? Cheng Bingyuan said. Well. Ye Chen was speechless. What they say makes sense. He couldn't refute it at all. Besides, women don't mind this, so why should he, a man, mind it? After all, no matter from which angle you look at it, it seems that he is the one who gets the upper hand. Of course, the most important thing is that he and Cheng Bingyuan are legally married. Soon Ye Chen drove a Golf and took Cheng Bingyuan out of the underground parking lot of Guogo Plaza. As soon as she left the parking lot, Cheng Bingyuan's WeChat notification sounded on her phone. I took out my phone and saw a WeChat message from Lin Xiaoxue. Teacher Cheng, I have something to do tonight, so I won't be back for dinner. After replying, okay, got it, Cheng Bingyuan put her phone into her bag and said to Ye Chen, today is Friday. Do you have a tutoring class tonight? Well, it's the last class. Ye Chen replied while driving. Ye Chen has been very good at mathematics since he was young, but his performance in other subjects is very average, with a serious imbalance in his performance. Of course, his imbalance is also related to his laziness. In the college entrance examination 4 years ago, Ye Chen scored full marks in mathematics and was the top scorer in mathematics in Anhui province that year. However, due to his average performance in other subjects, Ye Chen was only admitted to the Magic City University. Since his freshman year, Ye Chen has worked as a math tutor in his spare time. The first student that Ye Chen tutored in mathematics was a high school sophomore. At that time, the student's math grades were mediocre, with every exam score being around 100. Later, under Ye Chen's tutoring, the student's math scores continued to improve steadily, and he finally scored 133 points in the college entrance examination math. For this, the student's parents were very grateful to Ye Chen and introduced him to the daughter of one of their friends as a math tutor. That is the female student that Ye Chen is teaching now. The female student's name is Wang Zuling. I only scored 93 points in mathematics in the high school entrance examination, barely passing. However, after Ye Chen had been tutoring him in mathematics for 2 years, his grades had been steadily improving. In the recent math exams, his scores have never been lower than 140. Ye Chen felt that with the other party's current math grades, he had nothing to teach him. In addition, he had just graduated from university and was about to enter the society, and he probably wouldn't have much time in the future, so Ye Chen quit his tutoring job with Wang Zuling's grandfather, and today was his last math tutoring class. During his 4 years in college, he never asked his parents for a penny because of his part-time tutoring job, which made him feel proud. Ye Chen, your tutoring starts at 7 o'clock, right? Cheng Bingyuan asked. Ye Chen nodded, yes. Then I'll cook dinner for you next time when we get back to your apartment. There's still enough time. Hearing this, Ye Chen suddenly felt that having such a wife seemed really good. When he was with Lin Xiaoxue before, she had never been in the kitchen. Even if he has to tutor at night, he will cook dinner in advance. Not long after, Ye Chen drove to the downstairs of building number 6 in Sunshine Garden Community. After parking the car, Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan got out and walked into the door of Unit 2. The two walked up the stairs to the outside of room 301 on the 3rd floor. After Cheng Bingyuan opened the door of room 301 with the key, the two walked in together. Ye Chen, please sit down. I'll go pack my things. It won't take long. After saying this, Cheng Bingyuan went straight into her bedroom. Ye Chen came to the living room and sat on the sofa. With a thought, a transparent glass bottle as long and as thick as a finger appeared in Ye Chen's hand. It contained a light green liquid. This is the bottle of gene regeneration potion you get when you open the novice gift package. After opening the bottle cap, with a hint of excitement, Ye Chen raised his head and drank the entire bottle of gene regeneration potion. It tastes sweet and slightly bitter, and is quite delicious. Ding, the host's missing left kidney is regenerating. Regeneration progress, 1%. According to the system prompts, although his missing left kidney was growing again, he could not feel it at all, and did not experience any unusual sensations in his body. Half an hour later, Cheng Bingyuan walked out of her bedroom dragging a suitcase. Okay Ye Chen, you must be getting impatient. Fine. Ye Chen stood up. At this time, the regeneration progress of his left kidney was 14%. According to this regeneration rate, his left kidney might not be fully grown until 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. But 2 years have passed, so he can certainly wait for this little while. Chapter 12. It seems to be working well. Coming out of the study and passing through the living room, Wang Zuling's grandfather Wang Jingfu put down the newspaper and said to Ye Chen, Xiao Yi, go back. Ye Chen smiled and nodded. Xiao Yi, Lingling's parents will be back in Shanghai in a few days. Come visit us then. Lingling's parents will be very grateful to you. Wang Jingfu smiled. Master, you don't have to be so polite. Yes, yes. Wang Zuling accompanied Ye Chen all the way downstairs. All right, stop sending me off. If you continue sending me off, I'll have to leave your community. Go back quickly. Ye Chen opened the car door and waved to Wang Zuling. Okay, then goodbye, brother Ye Chen. Goodbye. Finally, with Wang Zuling watching, Ye Chen drove away. The other side. Lin Hao drove the BMW X1 with Lin Xiaoxue away from the door of a high-end restaurant and merged into the main road. Sister, congratulations on signing with Zhang Yimou Studio. You will be the next Zhang Yimou girl in the film and television industry. Lin Hao was in a very good mood. He and his sister Lin Xiaoxue are twin brother and sister, commonly known as boy-girl twins. His sister signed a contract with Zhang Yimou Studio as a complete newcomer. This starting point is the end point that many artists in the circle will never reach in their entire lives. With Zhang Yimou's support, her sister will definitely become a rising star in the entertainment industry in the future. If her sister becomes very famous, then as her younger brother, she will definitely get a lot of benefits as well. A bright future in the entertainment industry awaits these two siblings. Let us work together. Lin Xiaoxue, who was sitting in the passenger seat, was also in a good mood. Zhang Yimou's artists include Yang Enai, Zhang Zi, Gong Li, and Zhu Dongyu. These people are now the first-line and top-line actresses in the entertainment industry. As a newcomer, she was able to sign a contract with Zhang Yimou Studio, so how could she not be excited? My decision to leave Ye Chen was right. If I hadn't broken up with Ye Chen yesterday, my future would be predictable. I would marry Ye Chen, have children, and then my life would revolve around Ye Chen and the children. In a few years, I would become a shrew. But now that I have signed a contract with Zhang Yimou's studio, my life is destined to be wonderful and full of infinite possibilities. Sister, have you noticed that director Zhang seems to be quite interested in you? Lin Hao's words brought Lin Xiaoxue's wandering thoughts back to reality. What nonsense are you talking about? Lin Xiaoxue rolled her eyes at her brother in annoyance. Sister, I'm not talking nonsense. Men understand men best. My intuition tells me that director Zhang is interested in you. Lin Hao said with a smile while driving. Don't make blind guesses. Lin Xiaoxue said. Sister, if director Zhang really likes you, will you be with him? Lin Hao asked. Won't. Lin Xiaoxue shook her head without even thinking, he's not my type. Sister, I admit that director Zhang is average looking. He can't compare to Ye Chen in terms of looks, but director Zhang is Zhang Yimou's eldest son. If you get together with director Zhang and become the daughter-in-law of the Zhang family, then you will be marrying into a wealthy family. Marrying into a wealthy family is the ultimate dream that many female stars in the circle are striving for. At the end of his speech, Lin Hao's eyes sparkled. Lin Hao, you're going too far. I advise you to think carefully about how to persuade Mr. Cheng to invest in your play. Lin Xiaoxue changed the subject. Do I need to persuade you? The return rate of investing in my new drama will definitely not be low. I think with Cheng Bingyuan's vision, she should be able to see that, right? Lin Hao said. Are you too optimistic? If your new drama is really that good, why can't you even raise the funds for filming? Hearing his sister's words, Lin Hao immediately complained, those people are short-sighted and can't see the potential of my new drama. When my drama is finished and released, those who refuse to invest will definitely be slapped in the face and will regret it. By the way, sister, if Cheng Bingyuan doesn't want to invest money later, you have to speak up for me. As he spoke, Lin Hao drove into the Sunshine Garden community. After a while, the two of them stood outside the Cheng family's door. After opening the door with the key, the brother and sister walked in together. Seeing that the lights in the room were off, Lin Hao said as he bent over to put on his shoe covers, it seems that Cheng Bingyuan has already fallen asleep. Lin Xiaoxue and Lin Hao turned on the lights, changed into home slippers, and went directly to the master bedroom. Knock knock. Lin Xiaoxue reached out and knocked on the door. After waiting for a few seconds and seeing no sound coming from the room, Lin Xiaoxue knocked on the door again. Yet there was still no movement. Lin Hao, Teacher Cheng is sleeping very soundly, why don't you come over tomorrow? Lin Xiaoxue said. I have organized an offline fan meeting tomorrow, and I don't have time to come tomorrow. Lin Hao said, sister, go in and wake her up. Oh well. Lin Xiaoxue nodded, then pushed open Cheng Bingyuan's door and walked in. Teacher Cheng. However, when Lin Xiaoxue walked to the bedside and called softly, she was stunned for a moment. Because she saw that the quilt on the bed was neatly made and her aunt was not on the bed. Sister, is Teacher Cheng still not awake? Lin Hao's voice came from outside. Lin Xiaoxue turned back to the door, looked at Lin Hao who was standing outside and said, she's not home. Not at home. It's so late, why hasn't Cheng Bingyuan come back yet? As Lin Hao was talking, he suddenly asked in doubt, sister, do you think Cheng Bingyuan is with that Ye Chen now? Hearing this, Lin Xiaoxue's face suddenly turned pale. A few minutes ago, Ye Chen returned home. Teacher Cheng, you haven't slept yet. When Ye Chen came to the living room and his eyes fell on Cheng Bingyuan who was lying on the sofa, Ye Chen swallowed his saliva uncontrollably. At this time, Cheng Bingyuan was wearing one of the pajamas he had bought during the day. It was a semi-transparent ice silk nightgown. Low-cut V-neck. And it is backless. Through the thin layer of ice silk, you can vaguely see Cheng Bingyuan's perfect figure. Honey, go take a shower. I've got your clothes in the bathroom. Cheng Bingyuan said with her lips slightly opened. It was the first time in her life that she wore such a bold and transparent pajamas. Now Ye Chen was staring at her so directly, which made her face a little red. But looking at the way Ye Chen looked at her, it seemed that the effect was quite good. Okay. Ye Chen came to his senses and turned directly towards the bathroom. Chapter 13 Triggering the Sign in Reward. Lin Hao kept his ears perked up and listened to Lin Xiaoxue and Cheng Bingyuan talking on the phone. When Lin Hao heard that Cheng Bingyuan was unwilling to invest in his new drama, he quickly reached out and took the phone from his sister and said, "Teacher Cheng, the new drama starring me will definitely be a hit if it is filmed in the future. I promise you that this is a great investment opportunity. I don't have money either. If I had money, I would have taken out the 7 million myself. I'm sorry Lin Hao, my house is left to your sister, so Ye Chen and I will definitely buy a house next time, so I don't have any extra money now." Cheng Bingyuan said. "Teacher Cheng, you can buy a house at any time, but this kind of investment opportunity is fleeting. Really, Teacher Cheng, if you take out 7 million now to invest in my new drama, the return you will get later may be hundreds of millions. You are the person my sister respects the most, and I will definitely not cheat you." Lin Hao continued to persuade. "Any investment has risks. I can't afford such a big risk right now, so forget it. Okay, Xiao Hao, I have something else to do, so I'll hang up first." Teacher Cheng. Just when Lin Hao wanted to say something, he heard the sound of the phone being hung up. They are actually going to buy a house. Are they really planning to live together in the future? Lin Xiaoxue's face turned slightly pale. How is that possible? This is just an excuse that Cheng Bingyuan made up because she didn't want to pay. This excuse can also confuse you and make you think that she and Ye Chen are pretending to be in love. This is a plan to kill two birds with one stone. Lin Hao couldn't help but sigh as he spoke. Alas, it seems that getting money from Cheng Bingyuan is almost impossible. Is my drama really going to be aborted? The other side. Regeneration progress, 100%. Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the regeneration of the left kidney. Ye Chen, who was taking a shower, heard the system prompt sound in his mind and his eyes lit up. His left kidney finally grew back. Moreover, the system had previously said that the function of the new kidneys could be enhanced. In other words, his new left kidney is a strengthened version of the left kidney. After his left kidney regenerated, Ye Chen clearly felt that his body had changed. The most intuitive change is the increase in the sense of physical strength. After taking a shower, Ye Chen stood in front of the mirror. When he was about to blow dry his hair with a hair dryer, he looked at himself in the mirror and a look of surprise appeared on his face. Ye Chen was surprised to find that his body shape had changed. Compared to before, his body lines are now more perfect, especially the 8 abdominal muscles on his stomach are so conspicuous. You know, he only had 6-pack abs before. Now there are 2 more. In addition, Ye Chen was surprised to find. Now if only he had a ruler, he could measure it and see how much it had grown. It seems that the bottle of gene regeneration potion rewarded by the system can not only regenerate his left kidney, but also completely transform his body. With his current figure, he can definitely crush most male models. It's worthy of being called a system. The rewards are awesome. 10 minutes later, Ye Chen, wearing pajamas, walked out of the bathroom and came to the living room. Looking at Cheng Bingyuan lying on the sofa, Ye Chen walked over step by step. Coming in front of Cheng Bingyuan, Ye Chen leaned over and picked up Cheng Bingyuan by the waist. It was very easy and there was no sense of force. You know, ever since he lost a kidney, it was a bit difficult for him to hug Lin Xiaoxue like he was hugging Cheng Bingyuan now. In terms of weight, Cheng Bingyuan is heavier than Lin Xiaoxue. But Ye Chen, whose left kidney had regenerated, could now pick up Cheng Bingyuan without any effort. Ye Chen even felt that it would be no problem for him to hug 2 Cheng Bingyuans now. After picking up Cheng Bingyuan by the waist, Ye Chen walked straight towards the bedroom. A little after 1 in the morning, Ye Chen woke up from the bed. Looking at Cheng Bingyuan, who was curled up in his arms with messy hair, sleeping soundly and looking haggard, Ye Chen couldn't help but blame himself. I was still too excited last night. The reason why Ye Chen woke up at around 1 in the morning was because he wanted to sign in early to see if his luck could kick in and successfully trigger the sign-in reward. Ding, sign-in successful. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully triggering the sign-in reward and obtaining a piece of future information. Ye Chen's eyes lit up, and his luck really came into play, and he successfully triggered the sign-in reward. Seconds. Next, Ye Chen concentrated and checked this future information. 1 month later, the TV series was released wildly and became a hit on the internet. The biggest winner behind it was Chuanqiu Film and Television XXX characters omitted here. After reading this future information, Ye Chen's eyes became brighter and brighter. Ye Chen was not unfamiliar with Chuanqiu film and television mentioned in this future information. Because Cheng Bingyuan's good friend Ye Xiaoxue and Lin Xiaoxue's younger brother Lin Hao are both contracted artists under Chuanqiu Film and Television. Chuanqiu Film and Television is an old established film and television company in the entertainment industry. This company once had a prosperous few years. But in recent years, it has become less and less common year after year. Nowadays, Chuanqiu Film and Television has no first-tier artists, let alone second-tier ones. But when Kuang Biao was released a month later, several actors who became famous because of this drama were from Chuanqiu Film and Television. So this declining film and television company finally waited for its second spring. According to what is said in this future information, then it is obvious that this film and television company is worth acquiring. Ye Chen thought in his heart. He graduated from college today. Originally, he hadn't figured out what he was going to do after graduation. But now, he has a goal and something to do. He is no longer confused now. Chapter 14, Cheng Bingyuan is Ye Chen's wife. But if you want to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television, it will probably cost a lot of money. Thinking about money, Ye Chen gradually fell asleep again. It was almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan were both sleeping soundly, with no signs of waking up. But suddenly a cell phone on the bedside table rang. After the cell phone rang for more than 10 seconds, a bare hand finally touched it. After finding the phone, Cheng Bingyuan, who was half asleep, pressed the answer button. Hello tilde. It's Xiaoxue, you guys are still sleeping, I'm sorry to disturb your rest. A woman's voice came on the phone. The tone was smiling. I'm Cheng Bingyuan, you dialed the wrong number. Cheng Bingyuan said with a laugh. What, you are Teacher Cheng? The female voice on the phone sounded shocked. The change in the woman's tone instantly woke Cheng Bingyuan up. At this moment, Cheng Bingyuan finally realized who was talking to her, Sister Lin Lin. Cheng Bingyuan, who was usually calm and composed in the face of difficulties, was so nervous that she began to stutter. Cheng Bingyuan didn't want this to happen either. But who made her call the person is Ye Chen's mother Lin Xia. You know, Ye Chen's mother Lin Xia has always regarded her as her younger sister, but now. Teacher Cheng. Is it really you? On the other end of the phone, Lin Xia, who was on her way home after buying breakfast, had stopped. She took the phone from her ear and looked at it. It was her son's number. She didn't dial the wrong number. How come the person who answered the phone was not her son Ye Chen, nor her daughter-in-law Lin Xiaoxue, but Cheng Bingyuan? And judging from Cheng Bingyuan's state just now, she was obviously woken up by her phone call. How come her son's cell phone was in Cheng Bingyuan's possession? Sister Lin, I'll let Ye Chen answer the phone, please wait a moment. At this time, Cheng Bingyuan finally realized that the phone in her hand was not hers, but Ye Chen's phone. Next, Cheng Bingyuan quickly reached out and shook Ye Chen, who was still sleeping next to her, and kept repeating in her mouth, Ye Chen, wake up, wake up. On the other end, Lin Xia, who was holding a cell phone, looked shocked. What's going on? Judging from the situation, it seems that her son is sleeping next to Cheng Bingyuan right now? Thinking of this, Lin Xia's heart skipped a beat. Son, you can't be confused. Lin Xia prayed in her heart. What's wrong, Teacher Cheng? Ye Chen was shaken awake by Cheng Bingyuan and asked while yawning. Looking at the panicked expression on Cheng Bingyuan's face, someone who didn't know would think she was caught cheating in bed. It's your mother's phone call, answer it now. Cheng Bingyuan said as she handed the phone to Ye Chen. Mom. Son, what's going on? Tell me the truth, are you sleeping with Cheng Bingyuan now? Lin Xia directly asked the biggest question in her mind at the moment. Yes, we. Ye Chen was interrupted by his mother's voice before he could finish his words. Son, why are you so confused? How can you be so unfaithful to Xiaoxue by doing this? You bastard. Mom, listen to my explanation. Mom, listen to my explanation. Things are not what you think. Ye Chen said. Explain, what else is there to explain now? You two slept together, you little bastard, you really pissed me off. Lin Xia said angrily. Mom, Cheng Bingyuan and I have already obtained our marriage certificate. Hearing this, Lin Xia was stunned. What, you got the marriage certificate? Shouldn't you and Xiaoxue get the marriage certificate? Lin Xia felt that her brain was not enough. Mom, this is what happened. Next, Ye Chen told his mother the whole story of how Lin Xiaoxue broke up with him, and then how he and Cheng Bingyuan were matched in yesterday's big data marriage matching. After listening to what her son said, Lin Xiaoxue finally understood everything. When she heard from her son that Lin Xiaoxue broke up with her son, she felt very sad and angry. At that time, Lin Xiaoxue suffered from kidney failure and urgently needed a kidney transplant. When Lin Xiaoxue's own brother was unwilling to donate a kidney to save his sister and there was a lack of suitable kidney sources at the time, her son, upon learning that he was unexpectedly a successful match, immediately donated his own kidney without hesitation, allowing Lin Xiaoxue to have a kidney transplant in time. It can be said that half of Lin Xiaoxue's life was given by her son. Under such circumstances, Lin Xiaoxue actually broke up with her son. How could she not be sad and angry? If her son had done something to let Lin Xiaoxue down, she wouldn't say anything if Lin Xiaoxue proposed to break up. But her son never let Lin Xiaoxue down from the beginning to the end. It was Lin Xiaoxue who chose the former between her future career and her son. However, things are unpredictable and fate plays tricks on people. In yesterday's big data marriage matching, her son was unexpectedly matched with Cheng Bingyuan. Now they are a legal couple. She never expected things to turn out like this. Mom, why don't you speak? Ye Chen's voice finally brought Lin Xia back to her senses. Son, since you have already obtained the marriage certificate, you should live a good life together in the future. But you are not allowed to treat teacher Cheng badly, understand? My son and Cheng Bingyuan have obtained their marriage certificate, which seems to be a good thing when I think about it carefully. Although Cheng Bingyuan is 14 years older than her son, the actual age difference is quite large. But judging from her facial features alone, Cheng Bingyuan looks no different from a girl in her 20s. Besides, Cheng Bingyuan has good personal conditions. She is a female doctor with a truly high level of education, and now she is a teacher at Shanghai University. Moreover, she is prettier than many female celebrities. With these conditions, she feels that her son is marrying above his station. After all, her son has just graduated from college and doesn't even have a job yet. The only thing Lin Xia is worried about now is that she is afraid that her son will dislike Cheng Bingyuan because she is old. She was afraid that her son would treat Cheng Bingyuan badly in the future. After all, the reason why these two people got a marriage certificate was not because they were in love, but because they were matched in big data marriage matching and had to get the certificate. Their marriage is somewhat special. Mom, don't worry, I will treat teacher Cheng well. Ye Chen said seriously. He and Cheng Bingyuan had already obtained their marriage certificate, and everything that should have happened last night had already happened. The education Ye Chen received since childhood has made him determined to be responsible to Cheng Bingyuan in the future. Now Cheng Bingyuan is Ye Chen's wife. Chapter 15 Daji, what on earth happened? Okay, with your words, I feel relieved. Lin Xia said, by the way, son, are you living in the apartment you rented now, or in teacher Cheng's house? Teacher Cheng moved out and lived with me in the apartment. Lin Xia was not surprised to hear this answer. After all, given the complicated relationship between her son, Cheng Bingyuan and Lin Xiaoxue, it is obviously not suitable for them to live under the same roof. There is a high probability that Cheng Bingyuan will give up the house to Lin Xiaoxue. Then Ye Chen, you have to buy a house quickly. Lin Xia said, when we get home later, I'll ask your dad to transfer the money to you, and then you and teacher Cheng can go pick out a house and pay the down payment. Okay. Ye Chen nodded. Mom, are you outside now? Well, I came out to buy breakfast. After chatting with his mother for a few more words, Ye Chen hung up the phone. Teacher Cheng, I saw that you were very nervous just now. Putting down his phone, Ye Chen looked at Cheng Bingyuan in front of him and smiled. How can I not be nervous? After all, I am 14 years older than you. Cheng Bingyuan said unhappily. But now Cheng Bingyuan felt temporarily relieved. Because in the phone call just now, Ye Chen's mother Lin Xia seemed to have no objection to Ye Chen getting married with her. Sister Lin Xia even asked Ye Chen to be nice to her. From this point of view, Sister Lin Xia seems to have accepted her as a daughter-in-law. Teacher Cheng, stop talking about your age. Remember, you are no worse than any other woman. Like I said before, getting married to you means I am marrying above my station. Ye Chen said so. Aha! Cheng Bingyuan smiled and nodded. Just now you told Sister Lin Xia on the phone that you would be nice to me. Is that true? Ye Chen nodded. Little man, you must keep your word, Cheng Bingyuan said as she rubbed against Ye Chen's arms. Ye Chen, you know, I'm so afraid this is a dream. Hearing their voice, Ye Chen did not say anything, but raised his right palm. Then Ye Chen pinched Cheng Bingyuan's pretty face with his hands. It hurts so much, Tilda. Seeing this, Ye Chen let go of his hand. Cheng Bingyuan pouted her lips. Why are you pinching my face? It hurts. If you feel the pain, it's not a dream anymore, Ye Chen said with a smile. Humph, you're already domestically abusing me right after we got married. I'll tell your mother later. Cheng Bingyuan curled her lips. I didn't expect that Mr. Cheng, as a teacher, would actually complain. Ye Chen teased. Who asked you to bully me? By the way, Ye Chen, tomorrow is Saturday. Let's come back in the evening to study the major properties for sale, and then go house hunting together this weekend. Cheng Bingyuan suddenly said excitedly, with the 10 million marriage happiness fund, we can buy a house in full. Oh, this. Seeing Ye Chen seemed to be hesitant to speak, Cheng Bingyuan asked, what's wrong, Ye Chen? Facing Cheng Bingyuan's inquiring gaze, Ye Chen pursed his lips, then said, Teacher Cheng, I want to put the house purchase on hold for a while. I want to use the 10 million marriage happiness fund for other things first. Hearing Ye Chen's words, Cheng Bingyuan immediately became curious. Ye Chen, can you tell me what you want to do? I want to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television. Ye Chen did not hide anything from Cheng Bingyuan. Acquire Chuanqiu Films. Cheng Bingyuan was very surprised. Yes. Ye Chen said, Teacher Cheng, I think Chuanqiu Film and Television. At this moment, a slender jade finger landed on Ye Chen's lips. Ye Chen, you don't have to explain to me. I believe that since you want to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television, it must not be a sudden idea. It must have been carefully considered. As your wife, I will support you unconditionally. Ye Chen was still quite touched when he heard Cheng Bingyuan's words. A normal couple, if they have some money, will definitely use it to buy a house first if they don't even have one. If their husband does not want to buy a house first, but plans to use the money to start a business, then 99.99% of the wives will definitely not agree with their husbands doing so. These wives will definitely persuade their husbands to buy a house first. After all, starting a business is risky. And the risks are huge. However, Cheng Bingyuan agreed directly and didn't even want to know why he wanted to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television. Cheng Bingyuan trusts him unconditionally. How could he not be touched by this? However, while his heart was touched, Ye Chen was also a little ashamed. Because he wanted to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television on a whim. He decided to acquire Chuanqiu Films because of the future news he got when he signed in at 1 a.m. Teacher Cheng, aren't you afraid that my business will fail? Ye Chen looked at Cheng Bingyuan and asked. If you fail, just start over. I can support you anyway. Cheng Bingyuan smiled. Hearing this, Ye Chen also smiled. Then I have to work hard. I don't want to be your gigolo. As long as he succeeds in acquiring Chuanqiu Film and Television this time, according to what is said in the future news, the rate of return he will receive in the future will be very high. Oh no, it's already 7:30, I have to get up or I'll be late. After taking a look at the time, Cheng Bingyuan quickly lifted the air conditioning quilt covering her body and got out of bed. However, as soon as Cheng Bingyuan got out of bed and stood on the floor, a look of pain appeared on her face. It hurts, Tilda. Reaching out his hand to support Cheng Bingyuan, Ye Chen said with concern, why don't you take a day off today and have a good rest at home? No, I can handle it. Cheng Bingyuan said. Okay, then I'll drive you to school later. Ye Chen said. Aha! Ye Chen put on his clothes first, then bent down, picked up a few balls of toilet paper on the floor and threw them into the trash can. These are left over from last night. The other side. Lin Xiaoxue returned home with the breakfast she had bought. Old Yi, something happened. Lin Xiaoxue put down her breakfast and came to Ye Chen, who was drinking tea on the balcony, and said. Something happened. What happened? Don't scare me so early in the morning. At this time, Ye Chen's expression became nervous and he was no longer in the mood to drink tea. Old Yi, do you know who our daughter-in-law is? Hearing this, Ye Chen was suspicious and asked, isn't it Lin Xiaoxue? No. Lin Xiaoxue shook her head, and then she stopped keeping the secret and said directly, our daughter-in-law is Cheng Bingyuan. Hearing this, Ye Chen's eyes widened. Who? Are you talking about Cheng Bingyuan? Seeing his wife nod, Ye Chen was completely stunned. What's going on, honey? How come Cheng Bingyuan suddenly became our daughter-in-law? What happened? Chapter 16. Wait until night to go home. That's right. Next, Lin Xiaoxue told her husband what happened. So, now Lin Xiaoxue has to call our son uncle. Even Ye Chen, the usually calm father, took him a while to digest the news. I think it's a blessing for our son to marry Teacher Cheng. You see, Teacher Cheng is capable of both housework and cooking. Although she is a little older than our son, she takes good care of herself and looks like a girl in her 20s. Moreover, Teacher Cheng is a university teacher. How great! Lin Xiaoxue said, anyway, I am very satisfied with this daughter-in-law. Old Yi, what do you think? My wife and I agree with each other. Ye Chen said, during the summer vacation 2 years ago, Xiao Chen brought Lin Xiaoxue to live with us for a week. I don't know if you noticed that during that week, our son washed Lin Xiaoxue's clothes. In addition, many other details show that Lin Xiaoxue is a little spoiled. If Xiao Chen really marries her, he will definitely be very tired in the future. Ye Chen said, then changed the subject, but I have never said these words in front of Xiao Chen. After all, that was the girl Xiao Chen liked. Now they are separated, and Xiao Chen married Cheng Bingyuan. I think it's good. Although I have only dealt with Cheng Bingyuan once, I can feel that Cheng Bingyuan is a well-educated and caring woman. If our son marries her, he will definitely be taken good care of in the future. Okay, then quickly transfer the money we prepared for our son to buy a house. Yuan left her house to Lin Xiaoxue and now lives with our son. Hearing this, Ye Chen was stunned at first, then grinned and said, living together so soon. It seems that our son is quite charming. Yes, don't you see whose son he is? Stop talking nonsense and send money to your son. Lin Xiaoxue urged with glaring eyes. Got it, my dear wife. The other side. While Cheng Bingyuan was putting on makeup, Ye Chen came to the kitchen and took out the dumplings he had made earlier from the freezer and put them in the fridge. Cheng Bingyuan has always only worn light makeup, so she can put on makeup very quickly. Just as Ye Chen put the cooked dumplings into the bowl, Cheng Bingyuan had already finished putting on her makeup and came to the kitchen. Cheng Bingyuan hugged Ye Chen's waist from behind and pressed one side of her face against his back. It's great to have a husband. Growing up, no one except my parents has ever made dumplings for me. As she finished speaking, Cheng Bingyuan's eyes gradually became moist. Her father died early, and her mother also passed away due to illness when she was 22 years old. Since then, her name was the only one on her family's household registration book. You know, she was still in school at that time. Over the past decade, she has had no one to rely on, and only she knows all the sadness she has gone through during that time. But now, she finally has a man she can rely on, and this man is the man she loves the most. Realizing that Cheng Bingyuan was in a bad mood, Ye Chen turned around, reached out and took Cheng Bingyuan into his arms, and gently patted her back to soothe her emotions. He really didn't expect that just giving Cheng Bingyuan a bowl of dumplings would cause such a huge fluctuation in Cheng Bingyuan's emotions. Cheng Bingyuan has always left him with the impression of a woman with a strong character and full of positive energy. It was the first time he saw Cheng Bingyuan's emotions almost out of control. It seems that no matter how strong a woman looks, she has a soft spot in her heart. Don't cry, my dear. From now on, you will no longer be alone by your side. No matter how big the storm in your life is, I will stand in front of you and protect you behind me. Ye Chen is not usually a person who is good at sweet talk, but now, affected by Cheng Bingyuan's emotions, his desire to protect is aroused. Ye Chen, what did you call me just now? Cheng Bingyuan raised her head and looked at Ye Chen and asked. I'll call you my wife. After all, you just called me my husband. Ye Chen smiled. I want to hear you call me again. Wife. Husband. Cheng Bingyuan smiled. This smile made the stars dim. Cheng Bingyuan buried her head in Ye Chen's arms again and said softly, Husband, although I am very touched by what you said just now, I don't want you to stand in front of me when there are storms in my life in the future. What I hope is that we face the storms in our lives together, and advance and retreat together. Okay, I'll listen to you, wife. Ye Chen smiled. Hubby, I want to hold you forever like this. Stop hugging me. If you continue to do so, you'll really be late. Oh, I forgot about that. 10 minutes later, the two went out. Drove to the gate of Magic City University. After recognizing the license plate number of Cheng Bingyuan's car, the barrier automatically rose to let her pass. As a teacher at Shanghai University, Cheng Bingyuan's car has been registered with the school's security system, which makes it much more convenient for her to enter and exit the school. Finally, Ye Chen drove the car steadily to the teacher's office building and stopped. After unbuckling her seat belt, Cheng Bingyuan first looked out the window. After making sure that there was no one nearby, she kissed Ye Chen, lightly, and then left immediately. Goodbye, husband. Ye Chen pursed his lips and smiled. Wife, this is a bit perfunctory. Wait until you get home in the evening. Cheng Bingyuan said this and winked at Ye Chen playfully. Ye Chen smiled and said, I'll pick you up in the afternoon. Aha. Okay, honey, I'm going to work. Just like that, Cheng Bingyuan got out of the car and left. Through the car window, Ye Chen saw Cheng Bingyuan get off the car and immediately return to her usual cold and aloof appearance at school. Following him, they were completely two different faces. It turns out that women are particularly good at disguising themselves. After watching Cheng Bingyuan walk completely into the office building, Ye Chen drove away. After leaving Demon University, Ye Chen drove directly back home. The first thing Ye Chen did when he got home was to go to the bedroom, change the quilt and sheets and wash them. In fact, the three-piece set on the bed was just changed last night, but because the sheets were printed with a delicate red, little plum blossom, they had to be changed and washed. Chapter 17. Daddy wants to be a rich second generation. After taking a basin of warm water and adding an appropriate amount of laundry detergent, Ye Chen put the sheets into the basin and soaked them for a while. Then Ye Chen put the soaked sheets, quilt covers and pillowcases into the washing machine and set the washing mode. After finishing all this, Ye Chen came to the sofa in the living room and sat down. Next, Ye Chen searched for information about Chuanqiu film and television on the internet. Since he has decided to acquire this film and television company, he naturally needs to make some preparations in advance. Half an hour later, Ye Chen's cell phone text message alert sounded. Xiaogua Bank on June 27, XX at 10:06. Ye Ching's account 6636 transferred money to your account ending in 888 at another bank, with an income of 158,000 yuan and a balance of 653,3628.18 yuan. This is the money his father sent to him to buy a house. Just when Ye Chen had just deleted the text message, the ringtone of Ye Chen's phone rang again. Seeing that it was his father calling, Ye Chen directly pressed the answer button. Son, did you receive the money? Dad Ye Ching's voice sounded on the phone. Got it, Dad. Ye Chen replied. Son, your mother has just told me about you and Cheng Bingyuan. Since you have already obtained the marriage certificate, you must treat her well in the future and take on the responsibilities that belong to your husband, understand? Ye Ching said in a serious tone. Yeah, Dad, I will. Ye Chen said, the men of our Ye family are not irresponsible. The money I transferred to you is probably only enough for you to pay the down payment for buying a house in Shanghai. You will have to bear the pressure of mortgage payments in the future. Ye Ching's tone sounded a little heavy when he spoke. In fact, when I was in the timber business a few years ago, it was prosperous for a few years. During those years, he made nearly 7 million from the timber business. Later, with the regulation of relevant national policies, the timber business entered a cold winter season. He couldn't sell a lot of the inventory he had, causing him to lose almost all the money he had earned in those years. In the years since his business failed, he has been relying on driving a taxi to support his family. The 1.58 million transferred to his son was almost all the savings in his family. Ye Ching felt very regretful. In fact, he had heard rumors that some countries were going to rectify the timber industry. If he had not been greedy and stopped in time, his son would have been able to buy a house in Shanghai with full payment instead of having to bear the mortgage like he does now. It's okay. Having a mortgage gives me motivation to work hard. With this motivation, maybe I can make a lot of money in the future. Ye Chen said with a smile. Ye Chen did not tell his parents that in yesterday's big data marriage matching, he and Cheng Bingyuan had a matching score of 99 points, for which they received a 10 million marriage happiness fund from the state. Ye Chen did not tell his parents that he did not plan to buy a house at this stage, but wanted to use the money to acquire a film and television company. The reason why Ye Chen hid these things from his parents was because Ye Chen didn't want his parents to worry about his affairs anymore. If his parents knew that he was going to use all his money to buy a film and television company, they would definitely be worried about him. After all, the current domestic entrepreneurial environment is not good, and 90% of entrepreneurs fail in the end. Therefore, Ye Chen planned to wait until his career had made some progress or achievements, and then confess everything to his parents. It's a good thing to have ambitions. Come on, son. Try to make your dad a rich second generation as soon as possible so that everyone around your dad will envy him. Realizing that his tone just now was a bit too heavy, Dad Yi, who didn't want his negative emotions to affect his son, laughed at this moment to ease the atmosphere. Don't worry, Dad. I will definitely make you a rich second generation. Ye Chen also laughed. If it were in the past, he would not dare to say such words. But now it's different. Now he has a system. With the system, he will sooner or later make his father a rich second generation. It is just a matter of time. After chatting and laughing with his father for a few more words, Ye Chen hung up the phone. At 10:30, Ye Chen went out to a supermarket near the community and bought some vegetables to cook. At 11:32, Ye Chen took his lunchbox and car keys and went out. At 11:50, Ye Chen walked into the door of the Demon University's teacher's office building carrying a lunchbox. Aunt Zhang. As soon as he entered the office building, Ye Chen saw Zhang Kui mopping the floor. This is a middle-aged woman who is over 50 years old and half of her hair is white. The other party is a cleaner at Modu University. The reason why Ye Chen knew the other party was that he took the initiative to call her Aunt Zhang. This is because Zhang Kui had once done Cheng Bingyuan a favor. It was one night 2 years ago when Cheng Bingyuan was harassed by two drunk men on her way home. Just when one of the drunkards was about to touch Cheng Bingyuan with his dirty hands, a broom fell from the sky and landed on the drunkard. The owner of the broom is Zhang Kui. At that time, Zhang Kui was a street cleaning lady. When Zhang Kui saw a drunk man trying to harass Cheng Bingyuan, she stepped forward with a broom. In the end, he even got into a fight with the two drunks. Fortunately, other passers-by noticed the commotion here, and bravely stepped in to control the two drunken men who were causing trouble, and finally called the police. However, during the brief scuffle, Zhang Kui still suffered some minor injuries. In the end, Cheng Bingyuan sent Zhang Kui to a nearby hospital. Later, with the introduction of Cheng Bingyuan, Zhang Kui came to Shanghai University to work as a cleaner, and worked there for 2 years. By the way, Zhang Kui's son is an actor. But he is still a little-known actor. Xiao Yi, bring food to teacher Cheng. Zhang Kui, who was mopping the floor, glanced at the lunchbox in Ye Chen's hand and asked with a smile. Yes. Ye Chen nodded. That's great. You two are together. Teacher Cheng will have someone to rely on in the future. Zhang Kui said. Aunt Zhang, you are busy. I will go up first. Go ahead, go ahead. In an office on the 3rd floor. It's time. Let's go, Yuan, Sister Li, let's go to the cafeteria to eat. A female teacher who was about the same age as Cheng Bingyuan stood up and spoke to Cheng Bingyuan and Li Suzhen. Let's go. Cheng Bingyuan and Li Suzhen both stood up. Boom boom. However, just as the three of them were about to go out to the cafeteria to eat together, their office door was suddenly knocked from outside. Come in. Li Suzhen sat back down while speaking. She just thought it was one of her students coming to see her. Seeing this, Cheng Bingyuan and Wang Lu also sat back down. Chapter 18, She is indeed a treasure girl. The door is open. A handsome young man with a clear facial contour walked in with a pink insulated lunchbox in his hand. Husband. Cheng Bingyuan was surprised and happy about Ye Chen's arrival. I've brought you food. Ye Chen smiled as he walked. Professor Li, Teacher Wang. Teacher Cheng, your Ye Chen actually personally brought you a love meal. He is such a good man. Wang Lu smiled. Let's go, Teacher Xiao Wang. It's better for the two of us not to be light bulbs. Li Suzhen said with a smile. Then Li Suzhen and Wang Lu left the office together. Sit down and eat, instead of standing there grinning. After putting the lunchbox on the desk, Ye Chen reached out and pinched Cheng Bingyuan's face affectionately. Aha! After Cheng Bingyuan sat down, she opened the lid of the lunchbox and looked at the steaming food. She felt her nose sour. Ye Chen, why are you so nice to me? Seeing Cheng Bingyuan's red eyes, Ye Chen was speechless and distressed. Teacher Cheng, I'm just sending you food, there's no need to cry. Who said I was crying? I don't cry. Cheng Bingyuan glared at Ye Chen fiercely. Teacher Cheng, this is the first time I find you quite cute. Ye Chen smiled. You used to hide it too deeply. That's right, I'm a treasure girl. Cheng Bingyuan said this with a little pride while eating the loving meal. She is indeed a treasure girl. I discovered it last night. Ye Chen said with a smile. What are you talking about? I don't understand at all. Although Cheng Bingyuan said that she didn't understand, her face turned red. Ye Chen stopped there. How is the food? Is it to your taste? It's delicious. Cheng Bingyuan said, this is the most delicious meal I have ever eaten. If it tastes good, eat more. Ye Chen smiled. He had never heard such praise from Lin Xiaoxue before. In the past, when he cooked for Lin Xiaoxue always found fault with his dishes, saying that they were not as delicious as those made by her aunt. Yeah, I'll eat it all, so I can recover faster and have more strength. Cheng Bingyuan said. Teacher Cheng, I now suspect that you are driving. What driving? I don't understand what you are talking about. To be honest, when Cheng Bingyuan took off her disguise in front of him, she was like two completely different people. The contrast was too strong. However, Ye Chen really likes this way of getting along with Cheng Bingyuan. It's so easy and natural, it makes people feel very comfortable. This was a feeling he had never felt before when he was with Lin Xiaoxue. Lin Xiaoxue was like a princess in front of him, always having a sense of superiority. In his impression, Lin Xiaoxue never drove in front of him, and Lin Xiaoxue was particularly disgusted by him driving in front of her. So after spending a long time with Lin Xiaoxue, he always felt a little depressed. At about 12:20, Cheng Bingyuan put down her chopsticks and touched her belly. I feel so full from eating so much. Wipe your mouth. Ye Chen handed a tissue to Cheng Bingyuan. Thank you, husband. After picking up the lunchbox, Ye Chen stood up and said, I'm going back now. You should have a good rest at noon. Aha! When Ye Chen walked to the door of the office and was about to leave, Cheng Bingyuan suddenly said, by the way, husband, you didn't forget to go out for dinner tonight, did you? Ye Chen turned around and said with a smile, my memory is not that bad. I can ask Gao Xiaoye about some things about Chuanqiu film and television when we have dinner tonight. Well, we thought of the same thing. It was already 1 o'clock in the afternoon when Ye Chen drove back home. After finishing lunch and washing the dishes, Ye Chen went to the bedroom and lay on the bed. Just when Ye Chen was preparing for lunch break, the WeChat notification sound on Ye Chen's mobile phone suddenly rang. Picking up the phone that was charging on the bedside table, Ye Chen opened the WeChat app and found that it was Zhu Jia who sent him a WeChat message. Zhu Jia was the first student Ye Chen met when he was a mathematics tutor in college. She and Wang Zuoling are good friends. Zhu Jia is now a sophomore female student at Fudan University. Brother Chen, I heard from Lingling that Lin Xiaoxue broke up with you, and then you were matched with Cheng Bingyuan in yesterday's big data marriage matching. Lingling didn't lie to me, did she? Ye Chen replied, she didn't lie to you. Zhu Jia, wow, it's exciting to be paired with my teacher. Ye Chen. Zhu Jia, but even though you and Cheng Bingyuan are paired together, your husband and wife relationship is definitely in name only. Ye Chen, we were already living together last night. Zhu Jia, what? Living together? Is it so exciting? Nosebleed emoji. Ye Chen, please be serious smiley face emoticon. Zhu Jia, 666. Zhu Jia, I was planning to say a few words to comfort you, but now it seems that there is no need at all. Zhu Jia, by the way, Brother Chen, you're getting married, and I don't know what gift to give you. I've been thinking about it so much these days that I'm almost going bald. Ye Chen, it's okay as long as the intention is there. Zhu Jia, no, gifts must be given, otherwise there will be no sense of ceremony, and it will be so boring. Zhu Jia, Brother Chen, have you found a job yet? How about I introduce you to a job as a gift to you? Ye Chen, I'm planning to start my own business. Zhu Jia, starting a business? I didn't expect my brother Chen to have such great ambitions. I'm so sorry. Come on, Brother Chen, try to become a big boss soon. When I graduate, I'll be your secretary. Ye Chen, I can't afford a secretary like you. On the other side is the female dormitory area of Fudan University in Shanghai. In a dormitory, a cute female college student with dimples on her face, half lying on the bed, put down her phone, frowned slightly, and said to herself, "What gift should I give to Brother Chen?" At 5:30 in the afternoon, Ye Chen drove to pick up Cheng Bingyuan downstairs of the teacher's office building of Demon University. The hotel Xiaoxue booked was only 6 kilometers away from Magic City University. But since it was rush hour after get-off work, the road was particularly congested, so it took Ye Chen more than half an hour to drive the 6 kilometers. After parking the car and getting out, the two walked directly into the restaurant in front of them. Finally, in a private room inside, the two met Xiaoxue. Xiaoxue, like Cheng Bingyuan, has a neat short haircut. As a young actress, Xiaoxue has both good looks and a good figure. Although there is still some gap compared to Cheng Bingyuan. But Xiaoxue has the temperament of a big sister. At this moment, only Ye Chen knew that when Kwang Biao was released in a month, Xiaoxue, who played the role of the sister-in-law in the film, would become completely popular. Chapter 19. Do you want to acquire Chuanqiu film and television? Yi. Yuan. Ye Chen. Xiaoxue's eyes fell on Ye Chen. Why do I feel like you're getting more and more handsome as you grow older? You're not the only one who feels this way, Sister Gao. Ye Chen smiled. This is really not Ye Chen being narcissistic. Since he drank the bottle of gene regeneration potion last night, not only did his left kidney regenerate, but his figure also became more perfect. Even the lines of his face were tweaked. But this kind of fine-tuning is difficult to see with the naked eye. But it really happened. Compared to before, he is indeed more handsome. In addition, even Ye Chen himself did not realize that his whole spirit and energy were different now. Now Ye Chen has a sense of confidence and composure. This kind of confident and calm temperament will obviously increase a man's charm. It is the existence of the system that has caused this change in Ye Chen's temperament. Hurry up and sit down, don't stand. Xiaoxue greeted. After everyone sat down, Xiaoxue said, "By the way, where's Xiaoxue? Why hasn't Xiaoxue come yet?" In Xiaoxue's opinion, since Ye Chen appeared here, Lin Xiaoxue must have come as well. Xiaoxue won't come tonight. Cheng Bingyuan said. Oh. Xiaoxue didn't think too much about it. I just thought that Lin Xiaoxue couldn't come because she had something to do at night. Yuan, what about your husband? Xiaoxue was very curious about her best friend's husband. I don't know which man is so lucky to be matched with her best friend in the big data marriage matching. I hope this big data marriage matching can be more reliable, but please don't match her bestie with a bad guy. My husband is Ye Chen. Cheng Bingyuan's words fell into Xiaoxue's ears, and Xiaoxue's eyes widened. Yuan, you are not kidding, are you? Xiaoxue said in doubt. Yi, do you think I would play such a joke on you? Cheng Bingyuan asked back. Hearing this, Xiaoxue knew that what Cheng Bingyuan had just said was true. Her best friend Cheng Bingyuan's husband turned out to be Ye Chen. Yuan, what's going on? Xiaoxue asked with a puzzled look on his face. Ye Chen and Lin Xiaoxue have been dating since their freshman year. And the two of them have always had a good relationship. She always thought that on the day they graduated, they would definitely get their marriage certificate on the spot and enter the marriage hall. However, Ye Chen has now become Cheng Bingyuan's husband. Something must have happened here that she was not aware of, and it happened within these 2 days. That's right. Next, Cheng Bingyuan told her best friend the whole story. Girls who place too much emphasis on material things will never be happy. Xiaoxue will definitely regret her choice in the future. After listening to Cheng Bingyuan's words, Xiaoxue couldn't help but shook his head. But Yuan, you should thank Xiaoxue. If she hadn't let you go, you and Ye Chen wouldn't be together. Cheng Bingyuan only told her best friend Xiaoxue about her special feelings for Ye Chen. Now that she sees her best friend getting what she wished for, Xiaoxue is happy for Cheng Bingyuan from the bottom of her heart. Ye Chen, I think you have to believe in big data marriage matching. Before Xiaoxue could finish her words, Ye Chen interrupted her and said, Sister Gao, I know what you want to say. Don't worry, Teacher Cheng is my wife, and I will treat her well. Hearing this, Xiaoxue smiled and said, as a couple, it's better for us to live together. Yi, I have moved out and live with Ye Chen. Cheng Bingyuan said. Hearing this, Ye Chen was stunned at first, then smiled and said, "So fast. Yuan, you are really amazing." After a while, the food was served and the three of them ate and chatted. "Ye Chen, now that you have graduated, what are you going to do in the future? I think you might as well enter the entertainment industry. With your external conditions, as long as you are packaged a little, you will definitely become a top star in the future." Ye Chen smiled and said, "Why don't you just come to our Chuanqiu film and television? I'll be your introducer, and I believe our company will definitely be willing to sign you." "Ms. Gao, from what I understand, the current situation of your Chuanqiu film and television should not be optimistic." Hearing Ye Chen's words, Gao Xiaoye sighed and said, "Yes, our boss embezzled all the money in the company account for investment. As a result, the investment failed, causing our company to have serious problems even running normally. I also heard that our boss is planning to sell the company." After a pause, Gao Xiaoye continued, "Ye Chen, I just asked you to enter the entertainment industry. I was joking with you. Don't take it seriously. If I really bring you into the entertainment industry, and you learn bad things in the entertainment industry in the future, then Yuan will kill me with a knife. Ms. Gao, I want to acquire Chuanqiu Films. Could you be my middleman?" Seeing that the topic had been brought to Chuanqiu Film and Television, Ye Chen immediately said so. Hearing this, Gao Xiaoye was startled. "What, Ye Chen, you want to acquire our Chuanqiu Film and Television?" Seeing Ye Chen nod and not joking, Gao Xiaoye pursed her lips and said, "Ye Chen, although Chuanqiu Film and Television is half dead now, you still need a lot of money to take over Chuanqiu Film and Television. Then Miss Gao, how much do you think it will cost to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television?" Ye Chen asked. "I don't know about that." Gao Xiaoye shook her head and said, "But I guess it won't work without tens of thousands of dollars. Ye Chen, do you have so much money? My matching score with teacher Cheng is 99 points, so we received a marriage happiness fund of 10 million yuan from the government." Ye Chen said so. "Oh my god, your matching score has reached the theoretical maximum score. This should be the first 99 points since the implementation of our country's big data marriage matching system. 10 million marriage happiness funds were obtained just like that. It's really enviable. I have been in the film and television industry for 5 or 6 years, and the total savings on me do not exceed 1 million. Gao Xiaoye changed the subject and said, "But Ye Chen, acquiring Chuanqiu Film and Television is not a trivial matter. You too should think about it carefully." "Yi, I support Ye Chen." Cheng Bingyuan spoke. Gao Xiaoye smiled when she heard that. "Okay, since you guys have already discussed it, I will tell our boss when I get back. Just wait for my news." "Okay." A little after 8. After finishing their meal, the three of them walked out of the restaurant. Yuan, Ye Chen, I'm going back first." "Well, go slow on the road," Cheng Bingyuan said. After watching Gao Xiaoye drive away, Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan also got in the car. "Teacher Cheng, shall we watch a movie before going back?" After fastening his seat belt, Ye Chen looked at Cheng Bingyuan who was sitting in the passenger seat and asked. "Okay." Cheng Bingyuan smiled happily. Chapter 28. Good news to share with you. The other side. Cooking is pretty easy. Lin Xiaoxue looked at the 2 dishes she had just cooked and felt a great sense of accomplishment. A plate of scrambled eggs with tomatoes. A plate of shredded potatoes with green peppers. Lin Xiaoxue picked up a piece of tomato with chopsticks and tasted it, and her dark eyebrows immediately frowned. Very salty. After swallowing it with all her might, Lin Xiaoxue then tasted the shredded potatoes she had fried herself. It wasn't too salty this time though. But it faded. There is no taste in the mouth and it is hard to swallow. The sense of accomplishment that just surged up disappeared at this moment. Lin Xiaoxue put down her chopsticks and suddenly thought of Ye Chen. When she was with Ye Chen, he would cook all kinds of delicious food for her. She didn't think it was a big deal before because she thought cooking was simple. However, now that she has actually gotten the hang of it, she realizes that cooking is not that easy. She couldn't even cook these 2 simplest dishes. Not to mention the big dishes. After ordering the takeaway on her mobile phone, Lin Xiaoxue felt a sense of loneliness as she looked at the empty house. This made Lin Xiaoxue very uncomfortable. "Ye Chen, what are you doing now? Am I really wrong?" These words kept echoing in Lin Xiaoxue's heart, torturing her soul. No, I'm right. The loneliness now is only temporary. When I really enter the entertainment industry, my wonderful life will really begin. I don't want to follow Ye Chen and live a life of daily chores. Boom boom. Just then, there was a knock on the door. Lin Xiaoxue stood up and walked over. After seeing through the peephole that the person standing outside the door was her brother, Lin Xiaoxue opened the door directly. A smell of alcohol suddenly hit her face. Lin Xiaoxue frowned and said, "It smells terrible." "Lin Hao, why did you drink so much?" "Sister, guess who I was drinking with just now?" After Lin Hao entered the room, he put on the shoe covers handed to him by Lin Xiaoxue and asked mysteriously, "Isn't it with your fans?" Lin Xiaoxue said. Her brother said last night that he organized an offline fan meeting today. I ended the fan meeting early because director Zhang called me to eat. Lin Hao didn't keep the secret any longer. "Why did he call you to eat?" Lin Xiaoxue asked. "Sister, do you really not know, or are you pretending to be ignorant?" "Director Zhang asked me to have dinner, so it was naturally for you." Lin Hao said, "Didn't I tell you yesterday that Director Zhang was interested in you, but you didn't believe it? Now you should finally believe it." As they were talking, they came to the living room. Lin Xiaoxue made a cup of tea for Lin Hao and added 2 slices of ginger. "Drink some ginger tea to wake you up." "Thank you, sis. Director Zhang told you that he likes me." Sitting opposite her brother, Lin Xiaoxue asked. It wasn't said explicitly, but the meaning was obvious. Lin Hao asked excitedly, "Sister, what do you think?" "I don't have any feelings for him. He's not my type, and his reputation online isn't very good. Who knows if he sees me as his prey?" Lin Xiaoxue said. After taking a sip of ginger tea, Lin Hao said, "Sister, your worry is not unreasonable. How about this, before Director Zhang shows enough sincerity, you should not get too close to him. In short, keep him hanging for now." Lin Xiaoxue frowned when she heard that and said, "Lin Hao, who do you think I am?" "Sister, if you want to make a name for yourself in the entertainment industry, you have to lower your bottom line. This industry is too complicated. Look at the current first-line stars. How many of them are pure and innocent?" Lin Hao said, "There's a saying, yes, if you want to wear the crown, you must bear its weight, if you want to hold the rose, you must bear its pain. Sister, you have to understand this truth." Hearing what her brother said, Lin Xiaoxue fell silent. "Sis, I have good news to share with you." Lin Xiaoxue's thoughts were interrupted by Lin Hao. "What good news?" "Just now when I was drinking with Director Zhang, he told me that he was planning to acquire Chuanqiu Films." Lin Hao said. "He wants to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television." Lin Xiaoxue was a little surprised. "Yes." Lin Hao said, "Director Xiao Zhang wants to jump out of his father's studio, start his own business, and become capital." After taking 2 more sips of ginger tea, Lin Hao continued, "Just now, when we were drinking, I talked to Director Zhang about my new drama. Director Zhang told me that after he acquired Chuanqiu Films, he would inject funds to ensure that my drama could be filmed smoothly. In addition, Director Zhang also said that he would invite a few popular young actors and actresses to join the crew to play supporting roles for me and also to promote my drama. Sister, I have a strong feeling that after the drama is finished, I, your brother, will become famous." At the end, Lin Hao couldn't help but get excited. It was already past 11 o'clock in the evening when Ye Chen and Cheng Bingyuan returned home after watching the movie. "Honey, I'm going to take a shower." "Well, you wash first," Ye Chen said. "Would you like to join us?" The next morning, the first thing Ye Chen did when he opened his eyes from bed was to silently sign in his mind. Don't forget to sign in every day. The system said that if someone forgets to sign in for 3 consecutive days, the system will unbind him. So now he has to develop the good habit of signing in every day when he wakes up. Today's sign-in did not trigger the sign-in reward. "Honey, why did you wake up so early?" Cheng Bingyuan, who was originally curled up in Ye Chen's arms, now raised her head and rubbed her sleepy eyes and said, "I don't know why I woke up. Well, it's still early. Let's sleep a little longer." Ye Chen touched Cheng Bingyuan's head and said, "Husband Tilder." Cheng Bingyuan blinked her big eyes. Ye Chen understood. Chapter 21, You Still Have Me. I can support you. Returning to Lu Xingchan's office, Ye Chen got straight to the point and said, "Boss Lu, please name a price." It seems that Mr. Yi is like me, both of us are generous people, so I will just tell you the bottom price in my mind. Lu Xingqiang said, 14 million. Hearing this, Ye Chen shook his head and smiled. Boss Lu, it seems that you are not sincere. Chuanqiu Films has been losing money for years. Under such circumstances, if you still raise the price so high, I am afraid no one will be willing to take over. Mr. Yi, Chuanqiu Film and Television has indeed been losing money in recent years, but among the actors signed by Chuanqiu Film and Television, there are still quite a number of actors who can be called talented. Lu Xingqiang said, those talented actors may not be very popular now, but they are all real super potential stocks. Who knows, they may become famous one day. To be honest, if I hadn't suffered a loss in my investment some time ago and the financial hole I needed to fill was too big, I would definitely not want to sell Chuanqiu Film and Television. Boss Lu, I'm not your employee, so don't make big promises to me. Ye Chen said lightly. Mr. Yi, you just saw that Director Zhang also wants to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television. Even Director Zhang wants to acquire Chuanqiu Film and Television, which shows that Chuanqiu Film and Television still has great potential. Mr. Lu, I'm afraid that the price Xiao Zhang offered is much lower than the price you just quoted me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here now. Ye Chen said. After a moment's silence, Lu Xingqiang said, then Mr. Yi, what's your price? 11 million. Ye Chen said, if Mr. Lu feels that this is unacceptable, then there is no need for us to continue the discussion. The reason why Ye Chen quoted 11 million was not a casual offer. According to the future news, if he did not intervene, Chuanqiu Film and Television would eventually be sold to Zhang Anan by Lu Xingqiang for 11 million yuan. This was also the case just now in the lounge. When Lu Xingqiang mentioned Director Zhang, Ye Chen immediately knew that the Director Zhang Lu Xingqiang was referring to was Zhang Anan. Boss Yi, please add some more. Hearing what Lu Xingqiang said, Ye Chen stood up and said, Mr. Lu, I'm sorry to bother you today. After saying that, Ye Chen turned around and walked out. Seeing this, Cheng Bingyuan and Zhang Yide stood up and followed. For a moment, Lu Xingqiang's expression changed constantly. In fact, 11 million is his ideal price. Just now, for a few moments, he wondered whether the young man sitting opposite him had the ability to see through people's hearts. Otherwise, how could this young man quote his desired price so accurately in his first offer? Just as Ye Chen put his hand on the door handle and was about to open the door, Lu Xingqiang's voice finally sounded behind Ye Chen, Mr. Yi, please stay. I agree. Hearing this, Ye Chen couldn't help but reveal a faint smile on his face. But when Ye Chen turned around, his expression quickly returned to normal. But Mr. Yi, I have a request. Lu Xingqiang suddenly said. What are your requests? Tell me. While speaking, Ye Chen came back to sit opposite Lu Xingqiang and sat down. Mr. Yi, you need to pay me the 11 million in one lump sum within 3 working days after the contract is signed. Lu Xingqiang said, I just said that I have a huge financial hole to fill due to my recent investment failures. No problem. After we sign the contract today, I will transfer the money to the bank account you provided tomorrow. Ye Chen said. Okay, then Mr. Yi, please sit down for a while. I will prepare the contract right away. After saying that, Lu Xingqiang stood up and quickly walked out of his office. Half an hour later, Lu Xingqiang came back with the contract he had just printed. Mr. Yi, this is the contract, take a look. After taking the contract from Lu Xingqiang, Ye Chen turned around and handed the contract to Zhang Yide. Leave professional matters to professionals. After carefully reviewing the contract, Zhang Yide returned it to Ye Chen, Mr. Yi, there is no problem with this contract. Hearing this, Ye Chen directly picked up the pen and signed his name where he was required to sign on the contract, and pressed his fingerprints on it. The contract is made in duplicate. Ye Chen and Lu Xingqiang each held one. At 4:30, Lu Xingqiang personally escorted Ye Chen and the other 2 out of the company. Mr. Yi, see you tomorrow. Okay. The procedures for acquiring Chuanqiu Film and Television are not completed just by signing the contract. Later, you need to go to the Industrial and Commercial Bureau to change the company's legal person, and go to the bank to change the company's account and go through a series of procedures. But today is Sunday and all departments are closed, so I can only wait until tomorrow, Monday, to do it. Mr. Yi, this is my personal business card. If you have any legal questions in the future, you are welcome to contact me at any time. Zhang Yiter said as he took out a business card from his pocket and handed it to Ye Chen. Okay. Ye Chen nodded. On their way back, Ye Chen smiled and said, Teacher Cheng, are you scared? What are you afraid of? Cheng Bingyuan, who was sitting in the passenger seat, asked back. Spring and Autumn Films has been losing money for years, but I still bought it. Aren't you afraid? I'm certainly worried, but not scared. After all, I have a stable job. Even if your business fails completely, we won't end up living on the streets. Cheng Bingyuan smiled and said, So, husband, don't feel stressed. You still have me. I can support you. Teacher Cheng, I think you just want me to eat your gigolo. Ye Chen smiled. It was exactly 5 o'clock when they returned home. As soon as she entered the house, Cheng Bingyuan hung on Ye Chen like a koala. After changing his shoes, Ye Chen came to the bedroom and put Cheng Bingyuan on the sofa. Teacher Cheng, please watch TV for a while. I will prepare dinner for you. Let me show you my skills. Okay, thank you for your hard work, husband. Cheng Bingyuan's delicate face was filled with a happy smile. Chapter 22, Cheng Bingyuan, I will accompany him to make a comeback. It's me. Cheng Bingyuan said. Teacher Cheng, Ye Chen is making trouble, why are you following him? You are a teacher at Magic City University. In the past few years, you have worked part-time in an accounting firm and audited the finances of many companies. You should know how difficult it is for someone like Ye Chen, who has no connections or relationships, to start his own company in today's society. You should know this better than me. Why would you give him the 5 million that belongs to you and watch him buy Chuanqiu film and television? There are many self-made entrepreneurs in China. Xiaoxue, why do you think Ye Chen can't do it? Cheng Bingyuan said. Starting from scratch. That's a very, very small probability event. I've been with Ye Chen for 4 years, and in those 4 years with him, I haven't seen in him the qualities that a future entrepreneur should have. In these 4 years, I haven't seen Ye Chen's ambitions for the future. In his spare time, he either plays basketball or games, or studies various recipes on the internet. As a man, he always wastes his time on these unimportant things instead of thinking about enriching and improving himself. Lin Xiaoxue said, So I really think Ye Chen is not suitable for starting a business. He should find a stable job and work honestly. Even if he wants to start a business, he shouldn't take such a big step at the first step. He is now using all your savings to acquire Chuanqiu film and television. In my opinion, he has a gambler's mentality. The entertainment industry is full of capital, and this circle is more complicated than other circles. Ye Chen, a person without any background, rashly enters this circle. In the end, he will be devoured without even a bone left. So, Mr. Cheng, please persuade Ye Chen to sell the company to Director Zhang. Now Ye Chen still has a chance to get out of this unscathed, and even make a small profit of 500,000. Why not do it? After hearing what Lin Xiaoxue said, Cheng Bingyuan really felt that she had failed too badly in educating Lin Xiaoxue over the years. Xiaoxue, I think a man should do what he should do at his age. Isn't it normal to play basketball and games in college after school? And Ye Chen researched various recipes on the internet. Who did he research those recipes for? Don't you really know? I really didn't expect that Ye Chen's love for you would become meaningless in your eyes, and it seemed like Ye Chen was wasting his time. Cheng Bingyuan said, and Xiaoxue, I'm telling you clearly now that I will not persuade Ye Chen to sell the company to that Director Zhang you mentioned. This is Ye Chen's first venture. Even if he fails in the end, I will accompany him to make a comeback. Okay, we're going to sleep, I'm hanging up. Teacher Cheng. Lin Xiaoxue wanted to say something else. But at this time, the phone was already beeping, indicating that the call was hung up. Ye Chen, if you don't sell the company to Director Zhang now, you will regret your decision when the company goes bankrupt. This is the voice in Lin Xiaoxue's heart at this moment. After applying the facial mask, Lin Xiaoxue put down her phone, got up from the bed and went to the bathroom in the room to wash her face. After washing her face and returning to bed, Lin Xiaoxue picked up her phone again and called her younger brother Lin Hao. Sister, how is it? The person who acquired Chuanqiu film and television is Ye Chen, right? As soon as the phone was connected, Lin Hao asked impatiently. It's him. Hearing this, Lin Hao immediately asked impatiently, then after your persuasion, Ye Chen should have agreed to sell Chuanqiu films to Director Xiao Zhang, right? No, Ye Chen is unwilling to sell it. Lin Xiaoxue said. What, is Ye Chen crazy? Who does he think he is? He is a freshly graduated college student with no background at all, and he thinks he can run Chuanqiu film and television well? Is he stupid? Lin Hao said angrily. If Ye Chen is unwilling to sell Chuanqiu film and television to Zhang Anan, then his new drama will be cancelled. He is still waiting for Zhang Anan to take over Chuanqiu film and television and then inject funds to restart the filming plan of his new drama. Moreover, Zhang Anan also promised to invite Cai Shukuan and Lu Han, two top stars, to promote his new drama. But all of this has a premise. That means Chuanqiu film and television is in the hands of Zhang Anan. Lin Hao, I feel like Ye Chen is eager to prove to me that my decision to break up with him was a mistake, so the more I try to persuade him, the more angry he gets with me. Lin Xiaoxue sighed. Yes, sister, what you said makes sense. From a man's perspective, if my girlfriend dumped me because of my poor financial conditions, I would definitely feel very upset and would think about working hard to make myself successful. Then, when I have made a name for myself, I can prove to my ex-girlfriend that you were blind in the beginning. Lin Hao said, Ye Chen, who just acquired Chuanqiu film and television, must be in this state of mind now. In this case, if you try to persuade him, it will only have the opposite effect. After a pause, Lin Hao continued, Sister, since you can't persuade Ye Chen, you can ask Cheng Bingyuan to persuade Ye Chen. No. Lin Xiaoxue pursed her lips and said, she has been drugged by Ye Chen now. She will support whatever Ye Chen does. I didn't expect that Ye Chen is really good at coaxing women. He actually made Cheng Bingyuan follow his lead so quickly. Lin Hao said with a somewhat grim expression. Chapter 23 Ye Chen actually banned me. Ye Chen, what do you mean? As soon as the phone was connected, Lin Hao's voice was heard. A questioning tone. What do you mean? Ye Chen said lightly. My agent just called me and told me that the company cancelled all my announcements. Was this your doing? Lin Hao still had a questioning tone. As expected, he guessed right. Lin Hao called him because he was suspended from reporting the incident. Yes, it's my decision. What's the problem? Ye Chen said. Ye Chen, why did you stop my announcement? Please give me a reasonable explanation. The more Lin Hao spoke, the louder his voice became. Hearing this, Ye Chen couldn't help but be amused. I am the boss of the company. Why do I need to explain anything to you about my decision? Please put yourself in your proper place. You? Ye Chen's calm words left Lin Hao speechless, and for a moment he didn't know how to refute. This made Lin Hao very angry and even a little uncomfortable. When Ye Chen and his sister were boyfriend and girlfriend, he disliked Ye Chen and felt that Ye Chen was not worthy of his sister at all. Therefore, in front of Ye Chen at that time, he often turned his face away from Ye Chen. Despite this, Ye Chen at that time still forced a smile when facing him and did not dare to turn his face away. But now, Ye Chen has changed and become much stronger than before. This sharp contrast in attitude made it difficult for him to adapt for a while. No more words. Then hang up. Just when Ye Chen was about to hang up the phone, Lin Hao's voice rang out again. Ye Chen, you are clearly seeking revenge for personal gain. My sister kicked you out, and now you are taking it out on me. You are such a petty and vindictive man. It's a good thing my sister broke up with you. Embarrassed and angry, Lin Hao started cursing on the phone. Since you say that I am petty and vindictive, I will soon let you know what petty really is, otherwise I will bear your insults in vain. After saying that, Ye Chen hung up the phone. Then Ye Chen found Zhang Honghui's phone number in the address book and dialed it. After finishing the call with Zhang Honghui, as Ye Chen moved his mind, a grey card appeared out of thin air on the desk in front of Ye Chen. This is the bad luck card that Ye Chen got when he triggered the sign in reward in the morning. This bad luck card has a name column and an ID column. Ye Chen picked up a black neutral signing pen from the pen holder on the desk, opened the pen cap, and wrote Lin Hao's name in the name column on the bad luck card. Then Ye Chen opened a hard drive in the computer and found Lin Hao's personal information in it. He then wrote Lin Hao's ID number in the ID card column on the bad luck card. When Ye Chen finished writing the last digit of Lin Hao's ID card, 6, the bad luck card disappeared out of thin air. At the same time, a system prompt sounded in Ye Chen's mind. Ding, bad luck card, was used successfully. The target person Lin Hao's luck has dropped significantly due to the intervention of the system. The effect lasts for 1 year. Originally, when Ye Chen signed in the morning and got this bad luck card, he had not thought about who around him to use this bad luck card on. As it turned out, Lin Hao came to the door himself. In fact, Ye Chen is not a petty person. But this Lin Hao really disgusted Ye Chen for several years. In the 4 years that he had been with Lin Xiaoxue, Ye Chen remembered that every time he met Lin Hao, the other party never treated him well. It's as if I owe him millions. Moreover, Ye Chen knew that during those years, Lin Hao had privately advised Lin Xiaoxue to break up with him many times. Before, for Lin Xiaoxue's sake, he had always been tolerant of this future brother-in-law and had not bothered with him. But now it's different. He and Lin Xiaoxue are no longer together now, but he will no longer spoil each other like before. And this Lin Hao obviously hasn't gotten his identity right yet, and still thinks he is the same Ye Chen as before. So just give this fresh and hot, bad luck card, to the other person. The other side. Lin Hao, who had just come out of the beauty salon, received another call from his agent Zhu Ping. Lin Hao, unfortunately I have to inform you that you have been banned by the company. What? Lin Hao was shocked. The company cancelled all his announcements before, which only meant that he could no longer obtain resources from the company, but it did not affect his ability to find resources outside. The nature of what can be banned is different. Once a company decides to ban an artist, that artist will not be able to accept any announcements during the contract period, will not be allowed to find resources on their own, and will not even be allowed to appear in public media. If you breach the contract, you will have to pay a sky-high penalty. Therefore, all artists are very afraid of the company's ban order. However, normally, a company will not ban its artists at will. After all, artists are money-making machines for their company, and who would go against money? That guy Ye Chen actually banned him. It's really hateful. Lin Hao, do you have a hole in your brain? The new boss stopped your announcement and you called to scold the new boss. Who the hell do you think you are? You idiot. After scolding Zhu Ping, he hung up the phone. Ye Chen. Lin Hao's face was so gloomy that water seemed to drip out of it. The Ye Chen who used to have no temper in his eyes, now directly banned him for a disagreement. Fortunately, his contract with Chuanqiu Film and Television, no, it should be called Chengyuan Media now, only has 2 months left. But when he thought that he wouldn't be able to do anything for the next 2 months, and wouldn't even be able to show up on social media, Lin Hao felt very unhappy. In the past 2 months, he has not had any exposure at all. Hateful. Ye Chen, today's feud between us has been completely settled. Just as Lin Hao was walking and cursing, suddenly a sewage truck on the road exploded as it passed by Lin Hao. It really exploded. The jar of manure exploded. This explosion immediately filled the sky with flying. Lin Hao was walking on the sidewalk when he was covered by the feces before he could react. All of a sudden, Lin Hao found that the color of the world in front of him had changed. When everything was settled, Lin Hao felt something foreign on his lips and subconsciously licked it with his tongue. This lick instantly reactivated Lin Hao's sense of taste and smell, which had disappeared for a short time. In an instant, Lin Hao realized something. I fucking horse. At this moment, Lin Hao's face was so interesting that he even wanted to die. At the same time, the voices of pedestrians nearby also gradually reached Lin Hao's ears. Oh my god, I got shocked. It turned out that the manure truck exploded. It stinks. It stinks to death. That guy was so miserable. He was completely drenched by the flying rain. Oh my goodness, he's soaked from head to toe. I feel so sorry for that guy. At this moment, I thought of a song, The Cold Feces Water Hit Me Hard on the Face. Chapter 24. Her brother is really unlucky. Ye Chen just looked at Xu Dongdong's information in the company yesterday. Ye Chen had a very deep impression of Xu Dongdong. Because Xu Dongdong's figure is even more curvy than Cheng Bingyuan's. However, in Ye Chen's eyes, Xu Dongdong's figure was not as attractive as Cheng Bingyuan's. Ye Chen likes big ones, but if they are too big, Ye Chen won't like them that much. Because this body shape looks a bit uncoordinated and loses the visual beauty of the golden ratio. But it is undeniable that Xu Dongdong's figure is still very eye-catching. Xu Dongdong is a model. Since being signed by Chuanqiu Film and Television 3 years ago, there has been no improvement in her career in the past few years. I just take a few small commercials every year. I have been drinking coconut tree brand coconut juice since I was a child. When Ye Chen saw Shu Dongdong say this advertising slogan in the video, he couldn't help but applaud. This advertising slogan is really unique when it comes from Shu Dongdong's mouth. Very appropriate. And convincing. After watching the entire video, Ye Chen felt that this advertising plan was perfect. As expected, products produced by the system must be high quality. The system shouldn't reward him with such an advertising plan for no reason. Thinking of this, Ye Chen opened the browser on his mobile phone and began to search for information about the Coconut Tree Group on the internet. After a while, Ye Chen's eyes lit up. The Coconut Tree Group is currently selecting a brand spokesperson and advertising plan. This advertising plan awarded by the system comes at the perfect time. At this moment, Cheng Bingyuan, who was wearing an eye-silk nightgown, came to the living room, rubbing her sleepy eyes. "Husband, why are you sitting on the sofa? Why don't you go back to the bedroom?" "I couldn't sleep, and I was afraid of disturbing your sleep, so I came out." Ye Chen deleted the video and then placed his phone on the sofa next to him. "Husband tilde." Cheng Bingyuan came and sat on Ye Chen's lap, wrapped her arms around Ye Chen's neck, and blinked her big eyes at Ye Chen. "I want you to sleep with me." "All right." Just like that, Ye Chen accompanied Cheng Bingyuan to take a nap again. At 7 o'clock in the morning, Cheng Bingyuan took out a set of clothes from the closet and handed it to Ye Chen, saying, "Husband, you are going to treat the company's artists to dinner tonight, so you need to dress a little more formally. Wear this suit." "Okay." 7:30. The two went out of the house. Since Cheng Bingyuan had classes in the morning, Ye Chen drove Cheng Bingyuan to Magic City University first, and then drove to the company. When Ye Chen arrived at his office, it was already past 9 o'clock. The normal working hours are 8 o'clock, but Ye Chen is the boss and is obviously not bound by working hours. This is quite refreshing. After making himself a cup of tea, Ye Chen picked up the landline phone on his desk and made a call. Knock knock. After a while there was a knock on the door. "Enter." The door opened, and a middle-aged man in a suit and a pair of silver-rimmed glasses walked in. The visitor was Zhang Honghui, vice president of Chenyuan Media. "Mr. Yi, you are looking for me. Sit down and talk, Lao Zhang." Ye Chen pointed to the chair opposite his desk and said to Zhang Honghui. "Okay." Zhang Honghui sat down as he was told. "Lao Zhang, is there any artist who can't come to the dinner tonight?" Ye Chen asked. "Except for Lin Hao, who is in hospital and can't come, the other artists told me that they can make it in time." Zhang Honghui replied. "Oh. Ye Chen nodded, and then said, "Lao Zhang, did you know that the Coconut Tree Group is selecting a brand spokesperson?" "I know, Mr. Yi. Before you acquired our company, I reported this matter to Mr. Liu. However, Mr. Liu was no longer interested in managing the company at that time. In addition, the company had no money at the time, so Mr. Liu simply ignored the matter." Zhang Honghui said, "Boss Yi, are you asking this because you want our company to participate in the competition for selecting a brand spokesperson for the Coconut Tree Group?" "Yes." Ye Chen smiled and said, "I have already thought of an advertising plan for the Coconut Tree Group. I asked you to come here this time just to discuss this with you." "Mr. Yi, do you also know advertising planning?" Zhang Honghui was a little surprised. "A little bit." Ye Chen smiled. Of course he doesn't know how to plan advertising. But who made him have a system? The thoughtful system even sent him the advertising video directly. But that video definitely cannot be taken out directly. All he has to do now is to follow suit and shoot the video. "Mr. Yi, please go ahead." The other side. Lin Xiaoxue came to Lin Hao's ward carrying a fruit basket. "Lin Hao, how long will it take for you to be discharged from the hospital?" As Lin Xiaoxue spoke, she placed the fruit basket on the bedside table next to the hospital bed. "The doctor just said during his rounds that I can be discharged from the hospital tomorrow." Lin Hao lowered his head and said weakly. "The whole person looks like an eggplant hit by frost. What's wrong? Why do you seem unhappy?" Lin Xiaoxue asked. "Sister, my Weibo account lost more than 50,000 followers overnight, and now I only have less than 70,000 fans left." Lin Hao said dejectedly. That sewage truck explosion shouldn't have caused you to lose so many fans all at once, right?" Lin Xiaoxue was puzzled. "Sister, you didn't brush your scarf." Seeing his sister nod, Lin Hao continued, yesterday I asked you to delete the Weibo post, but you deleted it too late. One of my haters took a screenshot and posted it online, and then many of my fans unfollowed me and stopped following me. Sigh tilde. I worked so hard to accumulate 120,000 fans, but nearly half of them left in just one night. This incident is destined to become an indelible black mark on me. This. For a moment, Lin Xiaoxue didn't know how to comfort her. Her younger brother has been really unlucky these past 2 days. It's all Ye Chen's fault. If it weren't for him, none of these things would have happened. Lin Hao said with hatred. But he won't be so proud for long. He is a rookie with no foundation and no background, and he wants to acquire an entertainment and film company and become a capital. It's just a foolish dream. Chuanqiu Film and Television will definitely go bankrupt in less than half a year under his control. Sister, do you know what the first major decision that Ye Chen made after taking over Chuanqiu Film and Television was? What is it? Lin Xiaoxue asked curiously.